even smart speaker, bro.
Listen on your Amazon Echo device. Alexa, play Rock 102.1 KFMA.
You say it, I'll play it.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. I just realized the sound bed and the intro is not going to be played over on the show open for our podcast broadcast when we go live at 8 a.m. So It's a me problem. When I'm dancing along, I'm just going to look like a dope on a stream. As per usual, good morning, Weirdo.
Good morning.
All right, good morning, everybody. Look, it's a short week, and we are geared up to end this short week with a bang. Good news to start things off. Our phones should be working, and that means I have 3 days worth of concert tickets to give you all morning long, and it's starting soon. That's tickets for Flogging Molly, tickets for Buck Cherry, tickets for Dia de la Luchas. Also, even got some gift certificates for Tap Out. I mean, I am loaded to the gills with free stuff, and I want to kick off our holiday season early. And we'll do that here soon. Also, we're going to do our Master of Prizes keyword. I'm going to remind you what that word's going to be to text in so you can qualify to win that prize. On top of that, we're going to have our good friend Jonathan Russell from Lethal Injection in studio in the 8 o'clock hour. And then a man who sold out 191 last night, TX2, will be stopping by the studio in the 9 o'clock hour. I'm very excited to get to know this artist and share with you this artist, because I feel like this is an artist that is doing everything right on all cylinders, right? And it is definitely should be an inspiring kind of blueprint for any aspiring artist out there to be like, how do I make it in this industry? This kid figured it out and put together some fantastic music to go along with it. And that's rule number one. But everything else that you got to do as a modern day musician to take it to that next level, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Right. It's multimedia. It's engaging. It's so many different things. TX2 should be running an expert class on how to do that, because he is a self-made man, and I'm super excited to meet him later on in the day. And I'm just excited that you're in studio. Okay. What happened to you this morning?
Yeah. So I had to stop and get gas at the Fry's at Grand First. And I get out of my car and, see a clearly homeless man approach. And I was like, okay, he's probably gonna ask for money, whatever. But he just stood there and stared at me and didn't say anything. So I'm like, all right, let me just get my gas. And I kind of sit back down in my seat while it's filling up. And then I turn, and then he finally starts approaching, right? So I'm kind of wedged in. I'm stuck.
Right.
And he's got a little wiper in his hand. And I was like, listen, I don't ever carry cash on me. I'm really sorry. And then he kind of walked away and then, finished filling up my gas. And then when I turned around, he was standing in front of my door.
Jesus, that's like a jump scare, a horror film.
Right. So I look over at the attendant, right? Because it's in the island.
Yes.
They're behind the plexiglass.
Uh-huh.
She's filming.
She's filming it.
She's filming it. And I'm like, okay, maybe I got some backup here. But then I was like, excuse me, I really need to get to work. And then he just kept staring at me. And he was saying something, but it was so quiet, I couldn't understand. I was like, listen, I really do need to go to work. Yeah. Can you please get out of the way? And he just kept standing there. Finally, I yelled to the attendant. I was like, want to give me some freaking assistance here?
Yeah.
I totally used a different word.
Yeah, for sure.
And finally, as she was kind of walking out, he just walked away. And I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Ridiculous. She's just gonna film you getting murdered and scream out "World Star" during that. You know what I mean? This
right.
is there's no way it was gonna end well with her just standing there filming you.
Wait, they have cameras.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't need her perspective from safe inside her locked cage.
I'm telling you, man, people want to go viral. They want those clicks. So, cameras or not, she has it on her own phone.
Yeah.
And shame on her, but at the same time, I'm sure it's dangerous for her to be in that position too.
For real.
So
I do understand that. And especially with the homeless dudes, I've had people, do that, offer to clean my window, and I just give them the cash when I have it. I was like, don't even worry about it. Go get yourself something to drink, whatever. But I don't carry cash anymore. I
Yeah.
haven't in like over a year.
Oh, I take the service for sure. And I'm like, oh yeah, clean it up. And then afterwards, like I'll even do a spot check to make sure that they got everything, you know, I'm like, oh, there's a streak right here, bud. You want to get that? Put a little elbow grease into it. And then when they're all said and done, be like, I forgot my wallet. All right, well, thanks anyways. Get the F out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that mean, but
Yeah.
I would in this situation, I'm super upset and actually pissed off for you. And I wish I was there. And, you know, if I showed up to late work every morning as well, I could have been at the gas station at the exact same time to hopefully protect you like a knight in shining armor. Or both get stabbed by a homeless guy with dirty needles.
Oh, make a great story.
Yeah,
Hopefully we survive.
Yeah. You know,
live off that forever.
You know, this station doesn't like spend any money on marketing the show, so we need a viral marketing. So us getting attacked and stabbed with dirty needles by a crazy homeless man is just the PR campaign that this show needs to be number one. Legitimately.
I guess I'll take one for the team.
Yeah. I'm just glad you're okay. And honestly, that is scary and terrifying. And
right, especially like when I'm like by myself.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks.
I know. And you never know what's going through somebody's head, especially in that position, whether it's mental illness or drugs or whatever the case.
Desperation. If he's hungry, like I get it.
Yeah, but he's not a dog. You know what I mean? He's not just sitting there like, you know, whimpering, being like, feed me.
I don't know. Some of the sounds sounded like whimpers. It was weird.
Yeah, I know.
Weird.
No, it sounded like a horror movie. I mean, honestly, the fact that he just popped out of nowhere like a jump scare, right? And just standing in your way. Yeah. I mean, don't you have mace or anything like that? Oh, I gotta get you loaded up with something.
You're like, and Christmas lifts for Weirdo, a knife, brass knuckles, mace. I got you protected, girl.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be responsible and get up early in the morning when other people are still sleeping, you need to be able to protect yourself, or at least, again, you know, we'll like
get gas in the afternoon.
We could carpool or something if it'll make you feel safer. You know, you just have to wake up a couple minutes earlier. You know, it is on the way.
It is.
And trust me, I do hear and see some crazy things some morning, and that's just the Tucson charm. That's just the charm of this town where you're like,
oh my
how am
God.
I going to get murdered today? No. Oh, that's adorable. I love you, Tucson. Oh, you got so much culture.
My partner's parents are coming into town today. Like, welcome. Don't stop at a gas station.
All right, somebody's calling right off the bat. Let's see what we got here. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
Tammy.
Hey, Tammy, what's up?
Oh, you know, Weirdo, you need to carry a baseball bat in your car.
Like Harley Quinn style?
Yeah, dude. Like Tammy, she can't just walk around with a baseball bat. She's going to be the one that's going to get the cops called on her because she's going to look like a lunatic. Now, remind you, she looks like a hot Rob Zombie. So you can't just walk around wielding a bat. I mean, you got to be a little more discreet than that.
I'm not saying wielding a bat, but for her protection.
Yeah, but
like in the car.
I carry 2 bats in my truck.
She's like the Casey Jones.
I knew Tammy drove a truck.
Yeah, I will say this though, Tammy, because like she couldn't get into the car. So if the bat's inside the vehicle, she can't get into the vehicle to grab the bat to beat the bum's ass. Bum baseball is national pastime. But yeah, still. I mean, yes, a weapon, but more discreet, something that you could, you know, like, I mean, you have that upside down cross around your neck. I mean, if there's a way you just rip that off and just gouge it out. Yeah.
I could do that.
Or they say, Jesus is with you. Jesus, you know, that would chase them away.
That's true, actually. Out crazy them.
Well,
you know?
and the car that I drive just has the fob that you just like get near the door. Like it doesn't actually, like I don't have keys.
Yeah.
Either. So I can't like stick that between my knuckles either.
Yeah. You're just going to slap fob them to death.
Look at the car industry, like trying to screw over women. Look at that. That's my new conspiracy.
That's too funny. Well, I'm just glad you're okay.
Yeah.
Next time you should just bring a tank with you, you know, just so nobody messes with you. If it's a woman with a tank close by. Or bazooka.
Rocket launcher.
Yes. Tammy, you want any tickets?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, stand on the line. I'm going to talk to you about that. And speaking of which, I do also have tickets to give away for Buck Cherry. And if you want those tickets, give me a call right now, 600 KFMA, 605-362. Caller number 10 will score the first pair of tickets besides Tammy's tickets this morning, but it won't be the last. We'll be giving away tickets all All right, we are back here live on the podcast broadcast. Please welcome back Mr. Jonathan Russell. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good
And you're
morning.
wearing the Beef Vegan referee shirt. Does it
Yep,
say my
yep.
name on the back or your name?
Yep, says Beef Vegan on the back.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah.
nice. And of course, Jonathan's in here because there's a big show of like a reunion show of sorts, right? Is it like a reunion?
No, it's just Rascal's birthday bash.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It is. It's Rascal's birthday bash. But how often does Lethal Injection play shows?
A few times a year over the last couple of years, but since the stay-at-home order thing happened, it definitely died down. We went into the studio to record a couple albums.
Yeah. Pull that microphone closer to
Bring
you.
it
too.
in closer.
Yeah.
There we
People
go.
got to hear that golden voice, you know. And I was excited to talk with Rascal because I haven't had Rascal in since I had taken over the show, right? But he's sick right now, and he's loading up on vitamin C and everything so he could be 100% for the show. 2 COVID tests, negative both times. The shit's going around though, man. There's a funk. And it always happens where you have like a big thing.
Yeah, right before the show.
Right.
Always. Well, that's what happened to us just the other week. We're gonna go rappelling and do a bunch of stuff. Dusk Music Festival.
Yeah.
And Weirdo had COVID, was out. She couldn't rappel off the building, and
God, it was awful.
yeah.
Oh man.
I know, but I was definitely looking forward to talking to Rascal as well because his business mind behind pushing Lethal Injection was always inspiring. I thought other local bands should always check out and look to what Lethal Injection has done and what they did, what you guys did to establish yourself and grow your fan base because a lot of that, of course, music aside, was just like the business approach to, branding a band. Rock 102.1 KFMA, welcome back. We are live on Rock 102.1's podcast broadcast. We got so many things happening right now. I'd like to welcome back our good friend of the show, Mr. Jonathan Russell. You know him of many different bands. And, real quick, I'll give a 10-second timer and see if Jonathan can mention all the different bands that he's in. Lethal Injection is, doing a show at Hotel Congress this Friday, Black Friday, right?
Yep.
And that's going to be a banger of a show for sure. But let me see. I'm going to pull up a timer real quick because you're in so many bands. I don't know if you're going to be able to name them all in 10 seconds. Don't say it yet. Here, okay, I got my timer. All right. So when the timer starts, that's when you start naming all the bands that you're in, okay? Starting with Lethal Injection. Are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
All right, here we go.
Lethal Injection, As the World Burns, Stands with Fists. Boom.
That's it. You just say 3. How many songs have you featured on?
Thousands.
Exactly.
Countless.
Yeah, so
I was on the spot.
yeah, I know. I was like, I should have mentioned features too. Damn it. But yes, the 3 main bands, Lethal Injection, As the World Burns, who does that fantastic cover of Danger Zones, and Stands with Fists. So Jonathan Russell's our guest this hour. We'll be hanging out, and we got tickets to give away coming up after the Foo Fighters. You can join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/BFN, or keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right, so there you go. That was our little teaser, and we're back. And I do want, let's see. You memorize a lot of songs, like a lot of other artist songs, like national artist songs.
Not really. That's like the worst thing for me is like doing karaoke. I'm like, I know all these songs, but I make up lyrics, my own lyrics that are usually inappropriate.
I relate to that 100%. I was the same way. Like when I was writing and performing, I could remember all my lyrics, but I never memorize the lyrics of other songs. It just can't. It's like the files are filled with your own stuff, right?
Right. Totally.
Yeah. So, because I was like, we could do a Hummer, but that's usually Weirdo's thing. Weirdo gives Hummers on air, and it's fantastic.
Real sloppy ones.
Yeah. And then they have to just guess the songs at the, to give out those tickets because I have so many tickets. I have Buck Cherry tickets giveaway for this Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think it's this Saturday. It's December 2nd.
Skid Row on that one? Or am I confusing them?
I think Buck Cherry is the same lead singer and whatnot. Have you? When was the last time you looked up Buck Cherry, Weirdo?
I don't think I've ever looked up Buck Cherry.
Really?
Isn't Skid Row playing on the show with them or no?
These are all excellent questions. As a promoter of the show, I should know these things.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily a promoter of the show. Let me pull up this cart and we'll find out.
No, yeah, it's Josh Todd.
Yeah, okay, Josh Todd.
Josh Todd's still lead singer.
Yeah, and Skid Row. Look at you, dude.
All right.
What, did you
Look
get
at
the
that.
email blast? Did you read the email blast?
Hung out with Sebastian Bach a couple times, and when I saw that, I was like, "Whoa, is Sebastian going to be at the show?" Because I wanted to go down. But
Is Sebastian Bach still on Skid Row? No.
nope.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, because also Sebastian Bach with his ego and him being like 6'10", you're a tall singer, so you can relate. There's no way he's gonna open up for Buck Cherry at Rialto.
Right.
It would be the Sebastian Bach show.
Mhm.
Yeah, 100%. For sure. Who's the most famous band that you guys have performed on the stage with? Because you've been doing gigs forever.
That depends on who thinks who's what, but
That's true. Fame is relative.
Mhm.
Biggest band now.
like playing fall balls for KFMA. I think Panic at the Disco is a pretty big one.
Yeah. Brandon Urie. He was kind of standoffish and stuff, but I got close to him. The girls were freaking out about that kid.
It was a great performance.
It was.
I don't know, like Slipknot, Korn. There's big ones. Just being on the KFMA bills. Pretty much has a stacked lineup.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And hopefully we get those back. I know they're working on it, and that's where we're at, but we'll see what happens. And of course, we did WrestleMania not too long ago. That's why you're wearing that, which is good.
That was a fun show.
Yeah, it was, dude. And you were staying busy that night for sure. We still have pictures of, we met a lot of friends that night too. That was a great night. We got to do that again. Now with this show that's happening at Hotel Congress, what tricks do you have up your sleeve? I mean, obviously it's somewhat of a special occasion. Lethal Injection only plays like 3-4 shows a year, basically quarterly, if that.
Yep, pretty much.
Last one you did was at Encore, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is to celebrate Rascal's birthday.
Yep, we're trying to see how many Bud Lights he could drink in one night.
Yeah, it's gonna be if he's trying to sleep or drink off that funk that he's been carrying all week. Yeah, it's probably be a case. I do hope he feels better for this, and he should. And because it's Wednesday.
He seemed to be feeling decent yesterday, but it's still, I was like, I'm not going to practice, man. I'm not trying to get sick.
Yes, I know that sometimes he'll rock a wife beater during shows, but you think that's a good idea the day after Thanksgiving? These questions I need to know. Yes. All right, let's see. We're gonna be on here in 6 seconds, so I might be like, if Rascal was here, if he's watching a replay, maybe rock the jersey. You know what I mean? And cover that up a little bit, because that Thanksgiving belly, you can't hide that until mid-December.
Right.
We're back here on Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're hanging out here with Jonathan Russell, who is performing with Lethal Injection at Hotel Congress on a Black Friday. That show opens, the doors open at like 8 o'clock on that one.
I believe so. Yep.
Yeah. Who else is on the bill?
I know we got Held Out.
There's of course.
It's just skipping my mind right now.
Well, yeah. I mean, right off the bat, we'll just say just those two bands alone, it's going to be a party. Held Out and Lethal Injection, and it's Rascal's birthday. So shout out to that. Now, I do have a bunch of tickets to give away for other shows. There's shows coming to the Rialto Theater like Buck Cherry. I know a lot of people want those. Or we got Flogging Molly tickets. And Flogging Molly's coming back to Tucson the week of St. Patrick's Day. This is the second year in a row they've done this too. So they're showing Tucson love, even though it's not on St. Patrick's Day proper. It's like March 15th. It's like 2 days before St. Patrick's Day. So you know how we celebrate. We're pretty much Irish all week long.
Yeah.
So if either one of those tickets you sound good to you, then 600 KFMA, 600-5362. I want to play a game. And unfortunately, there it is. Oh my God, it works.
Yes.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think so. 600 KFMA, 600-5362. We're going to play a round of the last word. You have to beat Jonathan Russell. If you can beat Jonathan Russell in the last word, which he's just finding out about this right now in real time, then you're going to win tickets that you're choosing, either Buck Cherry or Flogging Molly. So 600 KFMA, 600-5362. You know how we play the last word?
No, I don't.
All right, it's very simple. So it's a verbal hot potato game. I'm going to give a category, and we're going to start you're going to give an answer to that category, and the caller is going to give an answer back, and you guys are going to go back and forth giving acceptable answers to that category. Whoever gets the last acceptable answer in within 30 seconds will win the round. Best of 3 rounds will win tickets of their choosing.
All right, we'll give it a shot.
Okay, so we'll start it off to see who you're going to play against here in the last word. And you feeling confident about that? It's kind of like freestyling.
We'll find out.
All right, so 600 KFMA, 600-5362. I'll start off with caller 10 on this one, as I hung up on a couple people already. There it is. Rock 1 2.1, who's this?
Hey, Corey.
All right, Corey. What tickets are you playing for? Buck Cherry on December 2nd at Rialto Theater, or Flogging Molly on March 15th of next year?
I think I'd like to check out the first Buck Cherry.
Buck Cherry. Okay. Yeah. You know, that show's going to be loaded
That's
up
my man Corey,
with
right
crazy
there. I can tell by
bitches.
his voice.
Oh, look, it's Corey's trying to beat you right now, huh?
Yep. Here
Okay.
he goes.
Yeah, I'm coming on and beat Mr. Russell.
All right. Well, good luck,
That
Corey.
was challenging.
All right, here's our last word. Okay, so again, it's verbal hot potato game. 30 seconds on the clock. I'm going to give you a category. We're going to go answer and answer back, and we'll continue to do
So
that.
what we got?
We're going to start off very simple on this one. Okay, this is a rhyming
Can
category.
you run the instructions by me again real quick? I'm sorry.
All right, so it's a verbal hot potato game. I'm going to give a category. Jonathan's going to give an answer. You're going to give an answer back, and you guys are going to go back and forth giving acceptable answers. And whoever gets the last acceptable answer in before the 30-second timer runs out will win the round and the tickets.
All right.
All right, here we go. All right, so it's a rhyming category. Okay.
Okay.
So 30 seconds on the clock, starting off with Jonathan Russell. Give me a word that rhymes with horse and go.
Of course.
Course. All right, Corey.
Morse.
Morse?
Like Morse code?
Well,
Remorse.
remorse.
Okay,
Okay,
there we
there you go.
Torso.
Torse. Oh, okay.
Taurus. Yeah, there we go.
Corey.
Of course.
Nope, we already got that one.
Morsel.
Nope. Keep going. Oh.
No.
You ran.
North.
Nope. Unfortunately, it looks like Jonathan Russell won that round in the last word. See, that was very simple. All right.
North isn't a word.
North is a word, doesn't necessarily rhyme with horse. You know,
Depends on
force.
the
No, North.
rapper.
Norse.
We're not debating it, Corey. You know, it's all right. You lost that round. You got the second round. Just redeem yourself. But force, you know, we already said course, and yeah, there's a bunch of other words. All right, here's our next category. Okay. All right. Let's see. Give me a flavor of chapstick that would seem disgusting if you kiss somebody wearing it. Corey, we'll start off with you and go.
Patchouli.
Patchouli, yes, yeah.
Oh.
Jonathan.
Dr. Pepper.
Okay. All right, Corey.
Really?
Garlic.
Yeah, garlic would suck.
Mhm.
Pickleback.
Yeah, pickleback would not be a good kiss. Corey.
Anchovies.
Oh, yeah. Anchovy chapstick is the worst.
Oh man, let's see. It's stumping me.
Oh, got you. The anchovies. All right, here we go. We're all tied up in the final round of the last word.
Just saying that jalapeno would be awful.
That'd be hot.
Oh,
yeah.
Not in a good way.
Ah, all right. All right, here we go.
Maybe.
All right. 30 seconds on the clock will begin when I finish asking this question, starting off with Jonathan Russell. All right. So in a television category, okay. Give me the name of a popular sitcom and go.
Friends.
Friends, okay. Corey.
Cheers.
Cheers, okay.
Married with Children.
Yes, absolutely. A great show. Corey.
The Man from Uncle.
The Man from Uncle.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Alf, yes. Throwbacks today. Corey.
E.T.
Nope, that's a movie.
That's a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was on it.
Oh,
Keep going?
Well, yeah, you're supposed to keep going, but unfortunately, you lost to Jonathan. So congratulations, Jonathan. You just won the last word.
Uh-oh.
That's bad news for Corey, though.
That's cool, man. I would rather lose to nobody else in the world.
Oh,
Bless you.
yeah, that's very nice. All right, John or Corey, do me a favor. Give me a number between 1 and 10.
2.
2. All right. Caller number 2 is 600 KFMA 605-362. We'll pick up those tickets for Buck Cherry, courtesy of Corey. Thank you for calling in and playing, brother.
Thanks. Much love.
Yeah, much love to you too. We'll see you Friday at Hotel Congress. All right, when we return, we'll be back with your confession session. We have so much more in store, and we're live on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan, or keep it right here. It's Rock 1 2.1. Clear. All right, so as we get that ready, let's see. Sorry, Corey, I'm going to have to hang up on you now. Thanks for calling, brother. All right, and here's our second. All right, Rock 1 2.1, who's this?
Well, Jeff.
Warehouse chef. You want to go to Buckcherry?
Fuck yeah. I mean, yes, sir.
All right, that works. I'm going to get Warehouse Jeff's information earlier this morning. We talked about the Matt Rife backlash, which is much ado about nothing. But here's what we broke down earlier in case you missed it. Check it out. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Did you know that Matt Rife is coming in town to Tucson?
He is.
Yeah, so he's going to be at the Tucson Music Hall, so not the arena, but that's about 2,000 seats. And, you know, he's been on this like massive global tour for a while out of the ashes of pandemic. Rose Matt Rife being the hottest young comedian for housewives everywhere, right? Like women love Matt Rife because he's a good looking dude, but he's just a comedian who formerly was on Wild 'N Out and, you know, is all right.
Yeah.
And he just released a Netflix comedy special, which there are a lot of great comedy specials that dropped over the last couple weeks. This one's getting a lot of blowback right now, right?
Yes,
Why?
it is. Because he opens it up with a domestic violence joke.
Right.
And he's really built his fan base through women.
100%.
So a lot of people are like, really, you're going to immediately insult your basically 80% female fan base.
It is 80%. And and that's like the Tupac theory. Like if you create something that the women love, then the guys will listen to it because women love it. Right.
Yes.
So like I had no desire to see Matt Rife live. And I'm a comedic snob, right? I love comedy.
Right.
But you know, I know beautiful women like Matt Rife. So I'm like, you want to date? You want to go see Matt Rife?
Exactly. That might get you laid.
It would
sure.
100% get me laid.
But yeah, so like, I mean, I found him on like Reels and TikTok and all that, and like his crowd work, like I found really, really funny. But then when I saw that he was coming to town and I saw his ticket prices, I was like, maybe not so much. And then I actually watched the Netflix special yesterday, and I wasn't offended by the joke. And I am a domestic violence survivor, and you know, it's not going to be for everybody. So scroll on.
If anything, I'll say the joke is cliche and, you know, it's kind of like tired and old. And this is how he started off his Netflix special. And I actually have the audio right here. Check it out. Once I unmute.
Seats you at the restaurant had a black eye. A full black eye. It wasn't like, what happened? Yeah, it was pretty obvious what happened. We couldn't get over the fact we're like, this is the face of the company? Like, this is what you have greeting people? And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should put her in the kitchen or something where nobody has to see her face, you know? And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
All right. And then after that, he's like, I was just testing the water and see where we're at. It's all, you know.
See if the crowd is fun.
Smooth sailing from there. But and you know, it works, honestly, because it's getting the blowback and attention, and all press is good press, even bad press and faux outrage. But I'll tell you, any of the women who are offended by that joke, who are fans of Matt Rife to begin with, if he took his shirt off and said, I'm sorry, baby, she'd immediately be like, okay, I forgive you, Matt Rife.
Yeah, I would too. And I didn't actually have like 20 minutes left in the special. I didn't finish it. Like it was okay at best. Like he is definitely known for his crowd work, but a lot of people on Twitter are like, yeah, I'm selling my ticket now. Like they don't actually want to go to a show anymore because they were like, I based it on his reels, which is all crowd work, not necessarily bits.
Yeah, right.
So,
but no, I mean, honestly, I don't think this is even going to hurt his career, even just minuscule. But, you know, it does put a spotlight on his work and maybe some of the hype behind the gorgeous man that is Matt Rife. Be like, okay, well, maybe the comedy is not there yet.
Yeah.
You know, he's young, so he still has plenty of time and room to grow. But, you know, he's definitely not up there with the greats, not in my mind. And the Netflix special, again, was subpar at best. There's several others that have recently released that are far superior like work. So, you know, but again, he's a good looking dude.
You're right. And I'm very excited. Mike Birbiglia just dropped a comedy special, which I'm excited for. Pete Holmes is I'm Not For Everyone.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That was really good.
Right. See, you know, here's a word of advice to you. If you're looking for comedy and you have an option between a very good looking like actor model boy or somebody who's noticeably ugly and you could tell they've been ugly their entire life, Listen to the ugly comic first.
Mhm.
That ugly comic is going to kill 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, it is.
Because the pretty person doesn't know if they're really funny, because girls are going to be laughing at their jokes whether they're funny or not because they're pretty. That's just how it works.
Right. And Matt Rife in an interview with Tom Segura was even complaining about this. He's like, yeah, I would go on, Comedy Cellar or something like that in New York. He's like, I'd look out and it was 95% women. And he said that he struggled working on his material because of that.
Yeah.
And now it shows in the Netflix special.
Yeah. And plus, you need some kind of internal strife, something that's just like it bugs you every day. You look in the mirror, and you're like, God damn it, I'm ugly. This is funny, though. And then you think of something, it's the fuel for the fire.
Right.
This is why I have a sense of humor, weirdo. That's why people say I'm funny sometimes.
Occasionally.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I look attractive. So that so balances out. All right, let's hit the reset. Stop making this about me, weirdo. We got Draft My Life's coming up right. All right, so there you go. That was a hot take on Matt Rife, who's actually performing here at the TCM, or Tucson Music Hall.
Yeah.
TMH. Whatever, coming up here in February, which, they announced it and I would listen. I actually have really good hearing. My vision, not so much. But when they announced that show, I was like, well, what is that? The sound of 10,000 panties dropping?
Yeah, pretty much.
Simultaneously. It was like, whoa, it was weird. I almost felt a ripple in the ground like a train was coming.
He really is pretty.
Oh, whatever.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't, honestly, I don't like his black scent. I understand he's from Midwest or something, but,
Well, and like part of the thing that he's being accused of is lifting a bunch of Ralphie May jokes as well.
Exactly. And Ralphie May, he grew up in like the ghettos of black neighborhoods.
Ralphie May did it right.
Yeah.
He really did.
Well, yes and no. And there were times that he was, it wouldn't be accepted today. I mean,
no, absolutely not.
He would say, he would drop the N-bomb with an A.
Mm-hmm.
But that was his environment, and he was so fat that they didn't even look at him as white. It was just an anomaly. I'll tell you what, though, I interviewed Ralphie May many times over those years. Could not have been a sweeter person.
Yeah.
My God,
Definitely seemed cool.
he was so nice.
Yeah.
His wife was cool too.
Mhm.
She would open up for him on the road, and she would do songs and do funny.
that's
So
cool.
yeah, Ralphie May was one of the greats for sure. And you get these people where, like, when you meet people who are quote unquote celebrities, right? The ones that are most successful usually are the nicest ones. The ones that aren't are the ones that are dicks and divas, So Ralphie knew that, he could sell out a show wherever he goes. And he was one of the funniest comedians in the game. He could have came in with an attitude that matched his girth, but he didn't. He came in just a genuinely sweet and kind person
Right.
every single time.
Back to that.
Yeah. All right, let's get on the air here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. That is Kaleo here on Beef Vegan Presents. Welcome back to the podcast broadcast. Before we get into the confession session, we were talking about something interesting because obviously Thanksgiving is tomorrow, right? And for many, I'm sure that's not a problem whatsoever. You got one place to go, one destination. You're going to eat. You're going to throw around the football. You're going to watch some football. Maybe have a couple spirits, and it's a good time. But for many of us, Thanksgiving means taking a tour, and the tour to Turkey, and stopping at numerous locations to force feed yourself. Be like, yeah, I'm here too. I'm part of the. So, we were talking with Jonathan. How many different places are you going on Thanksgiving? Because you got your mom coming in town, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and of course you got your woman. Her side of the family. How many different spots are you going on Thanksgiving?
In the past, it's been pretty wild where there's the three plus the at home leftovers.
Yeah.
But tomorrow I'll get two.
Just two. Two is manageable. Two is manageable. Are they within close proximity?
Yep. Probably 2 hours from each other.
Really? No, that's not close proximity. Are they 2 hours with each other? Really?
Yes. To me, that's close.
Okay. So where's the first one is what, like north side, and then where's the second
So
location?
the east side and then north side. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 hours is kind of a exaggeration, just a little bit, but depending on the traffic.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this town to get from the east side to the north side is ridiculous. So you think one freeway, it would take 5 minutes to go boop, boop. But no, you have to take every single side street and try not to pass out from turkeys. Now, you're in a polycube relationship.
Yes.
Now, most of the people in your relationships are all under one roof,
right.
But then you have multiple family members.
Right.
So how many Thanksgivings are you going to do?
One.
Just one.
Just one. So my boyfriend's parents and brother are coming into town today, and we have such a small house, so that we already have 7.
Yeah.
So adding that 3 is now 10. So we actually made the decision because my parents live in town. My girlfriend's parents don't live here. I called my parents. I was like, listen, the house is too small. We only get to see Andrew's parents once a year. So we're going to do Thanksgiving with them, Christmas with you guys. And then my husband's mom and sister will be coming to town for my son's birthday in January. So we've spread it out.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that's a lot. But, yeah, no, just one.
Well, lucky
Just
you.
one. And it's at my house.
Right. Oh, I'm asking this question to you guys listening as well. Whoever has the most horrendous Thanksgiving plans lined up and has the most stops you have to make, we'll get a pair of tickets for Flogging Molly on March 15th at the Rialto Theater, 600 KFMA, 605-362. I know that here's my scenario, and this sucks. My daughter's boyfriend is coming up with us this year, right?
Up to Phoenix, right?
Up to Phoenix. But I was going to go today and I was going to stay a couple days because I got extended family and friends I haven't seen in a while. So I was going to, make my rounds. But now I'm also playing chauffeur to my daughter and her boyfriend because my baby's mom said it was okay if they could spend the night, if he could spend the night there. Right?
Oh boy.
Yeah, dude. So I have so many issues on this. And then I have to drive literally all over Phoenix from so southeast side to far north Anthem to west side. I mean, the miles I'm going to put on my car, I might as well rent a car and then give it back to them like over my mileage lease. So I'm so not looking forward to this Thanksgiving, to be honest with you. Rocco on 2.1, who's this?
Hey, this is Dave.
All right, Dave. How many Thanksgivings are you going to?
One.
Okay.
All by myself.
I knew it was going to be sad, Dave. I was like, don't you dare call in and be all super depressed. I'm sorry, dude. You want to come with me and my daughter and her boyfriend?
I would love to.
I'm sorry you're breaking up. I can't hear you. You sure?
That would be awesome.
Are you there? Dave, are you there? I can't.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm here.
I think the reception is bad. I can't hear you at all. Well, Dave, do you want to come with me? I will take you to all of my Thanksgivings with the whole family. You want to go, Dave?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. I don't know. You guys hear Dave?
No, I can't.
We're having
hear
issues with the phones again.
There's static. It's so weird. I don't know. Well, let me check the phones, see what the deal is. I would have offered to bring you along, Dave, but happy Thanksgiving to you if you hear me out there. I do appreciate you, and I hope you have a good Thanksgiving.
All right, thank you.
Oh, see, there he is.
That was funny.
My cheeks hurt on that one.
Such a dick.
Hey, I'm still here, Dave. Sorry, Dave, I can't take you to my Thanksgiving, but do you want tickets? I could hook you up with tickets or something.
I would love that.
Here's the deal. I'll give you an option here, Dave. Either tickets for Flogging Molly or tickets to Dia de las Luchas, which is luchador wrestling with a live band, or a $20 gift certificate to Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza. If you pick up a deep dish today from Rocco's, then you could eat that for Thanksgiving all weekend long. You know what I mean? That's filling.
Hey, you talked me into it. I'll take the Rocco's.
That's a good call, Dave. Honestly, it is. All right. Let's see. We're gonna get into the morning more on the stream. We'll be back with the confession session right after this. Don't go away. Got your morning more coming up after Marilyn Manson. We'll kick things off with Rage going out to Weirdo, who's raging against weirdos. It's Rocco on 2.1 KFMA, but you know the name of the show. Let's go. All right, I want to congratulate both Tammy and Stephanie for picking up tickets for Buck Cherry. I'll give out more tickets for Buck Cherry a little bit later on. All you got to do is keep listening all morning long. I'm hooking you up, and we're going to break records for how many tickets we're giving away this morning. And we'll also have a couple of gift certificates for Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza to give away for my scavengers out there.
We got a backlog.
Hell yeah, and I'm excited about that. But first, let's get into this. It's now 6:17 and time for Morning More. All right, so here's the headline. I just got to start off with the headline on this, right?
Okay.
A man tried to kill someone for eating all the tacos Yeah.
Okay, that sounds reasonable.
Well, yesterday was Taco Tuesday, and if you touch somebody's tacos on Tacos Tuesdays, you could lose a finger or two for sure.
Shanked.
And in extreme scenarios, you could lose your life. Okay, so a 53-year-old man in West Virginia, named Dale Martin, was arrested after allegedly trying to kill someone for eating all the tacos. Now, these are even West Virginia tacos. They're not even good tacos.
No.
He'd be a mass murderer if he lived in Tucson because the tacos out here are bomb. But West Virginia tacos, I'm thinking super gringo tacos.
Yeah.
Your ground beef, no seasoning, those crappy yellow shells.
Yeah.
The Del Monte shells. Ugh.
Yeah, like store-bought shells.
Yeah. Well, anyways, the victim said he said that Dale saw that all the tacos were gone and he became irate, super hangry, and murderous. Went to the bedroom and came out with a .22 caliber semi-automatic rifle. He don't mess around when it comes to tacos.
Whoa.
The victim saw that gun, ran upstairs.
Yeah.
And Dale fired several shots after him, hitting the staircase. Now, luckily, nobody was hurt, but that's how serious he was about murder, is that he attempted it. And now he's being charged with attempted murder. All right, and he's in jail. And no word if they have Taco Tuesday in jail. They potentially might. Now, it's unclear what kind of tacos they were, but they must have been delicious because it's hard to imagine anybody shooting someone over Taco Bell.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I'm sure it's happened.
in West Virginia, those probably are the best tacos in the state. Let's be real. But yeah, I mean, I love tacos, and I would hate if somebody stole my tacos, but not to the point that I'd want to end a life over it.
Right, you just kick them out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Get out.
Don't come back.
Never come back in my life. You're dead to me. In my life, you're a stranger. I never want to see your face again for eating these tacos.
Right.
Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to get myself some more tacos. So attempting to kill somebody over tacos definitely makes Dale today's morning moron. All right. Back here live, getting ready for a confession session. And Dave was a good sport, so
Yeah.
I do appreciate Dave. and I told him, I was like, if you're by yourself, that's fine. That's a ultimate time to feast and gorge on a deep dish pizza when nobody's around. I know I've done that. I think like pizza, going to my favorite pizza place has been a go-to for breakups in past. Like I was going through, you get Facebook memories like popping up all the time.
Right.
There's a pizza place up in Phoenix called Ray's Pizza that I grew up on. It's New York style pizza. It's like my absolute fave, right? It's just because childhood memories, just like people with EGs down here, right? You eat it, you're like, this is your happy place. I remember, going through a breakup, and then I went to Ray's and I got my favorite pizza, right? Which was a large pizza with sausage, onions, and mushrooms. And just a whole, like I could have got a medium, whatever. I wasn't sharing it with anyone, right? So I go home, right? And I open that pizza up. I'm sitting down in front of the TV. I put it on the coffee table in front of me. I open that pizza up. I take a picture of it in all its glory. And I posted it too. So, and it said something stupid. Or inspirational, whatever. But the truth behind that photo is that I'm like, I'm going to eat this whole fucking thing, and it's gonna make me feel so much better about everything.
And then so much more terrible.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I got stoned. I ate that pizza, and then for a couple days, I didn't eat it all in one sitting. And I loved it. It was great. And I hope that Dave goes through the same thing Thanksgiving. I mean, I guess that sounds sad. But sometimes a pizza is like the Band-Aid for your soul.
Oh, nothing better than waking up on a Saturday morning and eating cold pizza out of the fridge.
Yeah.
All this turkey talk and pizza. I'm going to leave here and get some good food.
Yeah. Just don't wear a white beater on Friday. That's it. You can't wear that undershirt on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. It's just not going to be a good look. And I hope Rascal sees this in the replay. Like, I know you're going to be tempted to. I've seen plenty of Lethal Injection shows. I know the shirts come off, right? But this might be the one where you're like, I might keep this one on.
Oh my God. Anybody who comes out to my freaking remote on Friday is going to see Fat Weirdo. It's going to be great.
I saw pictures of Fat Weirdo from back in the day. 10 out of 10 would smash. You like, for real. Okay. I mean, Skinny Weirdo is attractive as well, but, Fat Weirdo is more obtainable.
Okay.
Let's see. Interview, and okay. I just got text from the road manager, and he's like, if it's okay with you, he wouldn't want to do a performance, TX2, who's coming in, And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Then I'm gonna drop a beat and be like, you want to fuck with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some rap GPT.
Yeah. So, in fact, actually, while we're at that, let's play some beats. So, I'm gonna do that to you right now, Jonathan.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
I know. In
You're gonna
fact,
be fine.
here, you could add some reverb because I have this, right? And this will make you feel more comfortable. So here, take it over here so I don't cross the chords.
1 second.
Yeah. That's right.
Go gadget arm.
Go gadget arm. Yeah, get that.
So what do we got?
Pull it in close to you.
So
So I have this microphone here, and I add some reverb. So I got the reverb super high on there. Give me something.
Hello, New York.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it down a little bit because it's a little too much.
Hello.
There we go.
Yeah, a little bit of reverb is good, so you can kind of hear yourself, which is always fun. And so, of course, there's Lethal Injection is performing this Friday. So I want you to sing a verse from Lethal Injection over this beat, and it's basically a live remix. So I know you can feel the vibe. You let me know if you can feel the beat. Let's see. Let's start off with this one. You think you feel that? If you don't feel that, let me know. I'll switch it up.
And through it all, I'm standing on top of the world, demanding.
Yeah.
No, keep going on that.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, you didn't like that beat? I like that beat.
Yeah,
That reverb sounded good. Yeah, live remix. You know what I mean? There. Let's see if we can mess with this one. All right. So you're taking another Lethal Injection song, a verse of yours, and you are going to sing over this with the reverb. It's called Live Remix. And here we go.
Got some skeletons, they've been chasing me like Halloween, but this ain't make-believe. Gasping for air, yeah, throw me a lifeline.
That's all I got for you.
Okay. I know. Look at that. I always put you on.
It too hard.
No, don't think about it. I want you just to ride the verse, any verse that you're doing off of that, right? And I know I put you on the spot. I do that time and time again. We're gonna continue that. You're gonna kill it. Yes, it's going to hit. All right. So this one again, no thinking. Just you're going into it, muscle memory, and just ride that beat. Oh, watch that. Yeah. All right, that's good. Keep it there because I didn't want it to block your face. That's the moneymaker, Jonathan Russell. Come on. You're dressed like my pimp. All right. You look like a rock star. Let's do this. Here we go.
Say, I know. It seems a little crazy.
Yep.
Sometimes I dream of you and I, yeah. Say, I know. It seems a little hazy. But sometimes I dream of you and I.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dream of you and I.
And I dream. Yeah, I dream of you and I.
When I close my eyes, I dream of you and I. It's almost suicide. I kill myself to ride with you, my boo. I think it's true. If you do what you do to me, I would do it to you too. Oh, do you know the band U2? Well, they suck. They suck.
I know. It seems a little crazy.
It's crazy. U2 made $1 billion. I don't know how.
It's really crazy. Really crazy.
That's all the freestyle I have in the morning, but that's it. There you go. So
that was good.
Yeah, see, you did it. I did it. We did it. You can go ahead and replace your mic there, Jonathan. Excellent job. We got the confession session coming up here in a minute. But that's the type of fun that we have on, and I do love these beats too. Shout out to all the best producers on YouTube. So.
It's definitely better when it's a two-part situation.
Yeah.
Pass the hurdle.
Look, I could have just went into my Rap GPT lyrics and And then sometimes I get into the right frame of mind. I could spit some bars and freestyle and stuff, but it wasn't about me. This is about you. But next time, actually, we're going to do a feature now, and we're going to have to do a feature where it's Rap GPT featuring Jonathan Russell.
Mhm.
All right, now move that mic so we can see your face. So you see the screen right there? Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Perfect. Yeah. All right, so we're going to be on with the confession session here in just a moment. And so, yeah, those lyrics. I was listening to too much TX2. I literally got a little too emo in that freestyle. Very rarely do I mention suicide in a love song, but I guess that's where my heart's at right
We're
now.
talking about pizza. It just happens.
Yeah.
Weird beef. Where did those bangs come from?
Yeah, right. I mean, if I could grow them, I'd have them. All right, we're 15 seconds away from doing a confession session. And then I'd like to thank you for coming in. We're going to do a hard reset after this. Get ready for TX2, but I love you. I'm stoked about it. What else? We'll have you do some plugs at the end of this confession session, okay?
Okay.
All right. So here we go. All right, Rock 102.1 KFMA. If you're watching a podcast broadcast, you just heard a little freestyle from Jonathan Russell and myself. And if you weren't, you were listening to Rage Against the Machine. It's a win-win. Right. All right, welcome back to the show. It's time for a confession session with Weirdo. Of course, Weirdo continues to get these anonymous emails at weirdo@kfma.com, and she reads them on air for us to share. And we'll kind of commiserate with you. Sometimes we'll give you advice if your situation is that screwy. So what's your first confession session here, Weirdo?
All right. So my wife still works from home, even though it's post-COVID. And I've noticed that occasionally the Ring cameras get turned off for the day.
Uh-oh.
At first I thought it was a glitch, but now it's once or twice a week. Pretty sure she's cheating. How can I catch her?
Well, you got to set up a secondary Ring camera, right?
You got to get a different company.
Yeah.
Surveillance.
Yeah. Get the cheaper one, set it to the side.
Or change all the passwords so she can't turn them off.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's a smarter way and more affordable way to change the passwords.
Right.
And if she asks,
she'll be on to you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, right? She will be on to you so that she switch up her cheating fucking hit the dump button there. So yeah. But with that though, yeah, you definitely, I think the only way is to, if you notice a pattern in time,
right,
then make sure you schedule your lunch break around that time and swing on by and see why your Ring camera's not working. Or you will just know because you can check your Ring camera. So as soon as you notice that camera's not working, you need to swing by that house.
Right.
You got about 14 minutes to
talk
get
to
there.
your neighbors too to keep their Ring camera on. It's like, hey, buddy, Tom, how you doing? Could you keep your Ring camera on over here on Tuesdays
can
around
you,
11 o'clock?
Can you turn it towards my house?
Yeah, I've been having a lot of porch pirates or something like that. Yeah. Somebody's been coming by and snatching my box. All right. What else you got?
All right. Years ago, when we had one PC that the whole family used, my wife found gay porn on it.
Oh, no.
We decided not to confront our teenage son about it so that we didn't embarrass him.
Okay.
Also, it might have revealed that it was actually me who was responsible for it.
Oh, this is from a lady?
This is from a dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that happens. I do recall the first time I my first day working at a video store called Video Update. I worked a double in training, and I told this story before, but it's still mind blowing. In the morning, a guy came through, an Indian guy, right, Eastern, and he had he rented 3 of the most hardcore gay porns you're ever going to see in your life, right? Now, Video Update had a 3 tape maximum that you can get, right? So I got no judgment. I don't care, right? Do you? So I check him out, not a big deal, and I'm like, yeah, this is a interesting job. Then later on in the day, a mother and her 2 sons, or her son and a daughter, who happen to be Eastern Indian descent as well, came up to rent some movies. And so when I pulled up their accounts, I noticed that it was the same account that the guy that had the 3 hardcore porn videos earlier that morning had. Now, at that point in time, I had to make a decision. Okay. One was the override the 3 tape maximum and risk my job. Or 2, out the gay man to his family. Ugh. Right?
So you already have 3 videos checked out today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So sorry.
I decided to risk my job in that scenario. It wasn't for me to destroy them.
Right.
Yeah,
Time to do that.
Good job, Beef. Anytime you don't destroy family, it's a good day.
Yeah. I'm like staring at the kids in the eyes, and I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, I know something that would wreck your world.
Right.
Oh no.
Have a nice day.
The power that you held in your little hand.
You want some free popcorn? Here, take it. Take some money out the register. I don't even care. So yeah. But so that happens. All right, one more confession.
All right. My wife went down on me while I was laying on my back, and I realized I couldn't see the fun without sitting up.
Okay.
I'm now depressed and feel like an absolute fat F. What would be the best workout program or diet I could go on to lose the weight the fastest?
We should go through these before we get on air, because certain ways that you say things that you can't say them on air. So let's just end it at that's an excellent confession. Thank you very much. All right, John.
Not my fault. You would use the dump button 30 seconds ago.
I know. I looked at it and like I can't press it twice.
Yeah.
All right, Jonathan. Obviously, Lethal Injection is taking over a Club Congress this Friday night. Held Out's going to be on that bill as well. It's going to be a party, and if you're looking for something to do, that's what you need to do.
Join us.
Yes. What else do we got going on so you can throw out some quick plugs so people can follow along?
I'm opening a cafe on 4th Avenue with my wife called The Jewel. And,
Nice.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing our semi-soft opening for the street fair December 8th through the 10th.
Well, then we'll see you again here very soon. I'll make sure that we're in to hype that up. That's big news. Congratulations.
Thank you, my man.
And look forward to the show on Friday. We're going to hit the reset. We're going to have artist TX2, who just sold out 191 Tool last night. He's going to be in studio on the podcast broadcast. You can join us youtube.com/beefvegan or keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Man, I
Clear.
thought I was being safe.
Yeah, it's like I was terrified. He's going to be all, so you want to do a confession? I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't flush.
I'm not looking to get divorced today.
Yeah.
I'm
So
good on that.
my wife's going down on me, huh? No.
I thought that was the safe way to put it. All right.
No, I know. You guys say like going downtown or something stupid like that.
Got it.
Yes,
Getting
I
some
know.
mouth love.
Even
then, all right.
There's a lot of workarounds here. Well, we'll go through the training another day. So, Jonathan, I appreciate you as always. All right, so we're gonna play a clip from yesterday. I'll do a Rico's 5-star review because that was a good one. And then when we return, while TX2 live in studio, I'm excited about the conversation that we're gonna have with this dude. And he doesn't want to perform live, which I understand. He just performed last night, but we're gonna drop a beat and see what happens. So
Hell yeah.
So the fun continues. So stick around. But again, earlier yesterday, Rico reviewed a library. Yeah. And he made it sound fantastic. And in
Okay.
case you don't believe me, check this out. For a couple of reasons. One, you went to a library, and I find that fascinating. And the fact that
I read.
Yeah, and I'm guessing I didn't read it yet. But are you banned from said library?
Maybe.
Okay, so that's one reason
Maybe.
why I'm excited about that. The other reason why is I'm going to play Andre 3000's flute song in the background while you read it.
No way.
To really transport us into this library. What was the library again? What was the name of it?
Murphy Wilmot. So it's
Inside Murphy Wilmot Library. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rico's 5-star review. Go for it.
lay that flute on me.
Yeah. Here.
No, but that's fine. As a proud part of the manosphere online, I'm keeping my instincts sharp when it comes to dealing with primal, unforgiving female nature.
Oh.
Tucson is crawling with these tattooed fourth-wave feminist free spirit types, and I know if I'm going to find my trad wife with upstanding morals and a penchant for crafting Michelin chef-style meals for me when I return home from my manly duties, it's not going to be at bars, the pickleball courts, or on the Tinders. Per the sage advice of a multitude of manosphere blogs, you have to frequent locales like a quiet cafe, a charity group, or the one place with the most ROI, the library.
Oh.
I showered real good like. I sprayed on some pheromones from Amazon, and I went to the Art of Manliness website to scour the top 100 books every man should read.
That's a website?
And committed two to memory. The Art of War by Sonny Tizu,
Okay.
and Thus Spoke Zarathustra by Fred Nishi. I put on some fancy slacks, a blazer, non-prescription nerd glasses. I ruffled my hair, and I waltzed right into the lion's den of literacy.
Oh.
I was going to find my trad wife today. Places like Costco, where you have to show your membership to check the books out. But since the only thing I was planning on taking home was some sweet, modestly dressed bootay, I didn't have to worry about all that bureaucratic red tape. I had to pretend to know how to read good and mix in with all the other nerds while keeping an eye out for some beautiful future wife material. I had these 2 books committed to memory in case I was ambushed by a nosy librarian. I already read another review on here talking about a woman named Fail, spelled F-A-L-E, which means she's probably a menace. The review stated, and I quote, "I really did not appreciate the way Fail with the red hair was talking to my son. She was very sharp and brisk with her words, and I feel she needs an attitude adjustment. Big time." She was walking around complaining about every little thing in the library. I have never met a librarian staff person as evil as her. Whoa.
Yeah, that sounds pretty evil.
Now, it is well known that I have a thing for crazy, evil redheads.
Oh, yes.
But I had a sneaking suspicion Fail was not the type to let a man take power in a relationship. So I proceeded on with caution as to not end up in Fail's crosshairs. As a kid, I remember they scrambled our feeble little brains with the Dewey Decimal System.
Oh, yes.
Which honestly now sounds like an awesome art rock post-metal band. Now, everything is more or less digitized and easily accessible. Another sign of a weakened society. It is what it is. I kept walking by and noticed a modestly dressed female reading the back of a book in one of the aisles, and I immediately went into intellectual mode by putting my fingers to my chin and looking at books on both sides of the aisle going, yes. And then picked up 1 or 2 in her proximity while whispering, exquisite.
Yes.
While pretending to read the middle section of them. I had to make a move. So I quickly closed one book and loudly said, "That's preposterous. Ha ha." Which caused her to glance over real quick. Now is my chance. "Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to disturb you. Reading books just gives me some very non-toxic excitement." Then she paused and said, "Okay, cool, man." And then put the book back on the shelf and started to walk away. Then I remembered there's no such thing as failure, only lessons. So 5 minutes later, I employed the same technique on another girl, but this time I was a little bit more subdued. I opened a book close to her and waited 20 seconds while pretending to read and then gave her a very light chuckle and sigh. I saw her glance over and I took another chance. I said, "Oh, sorry. These dead people sure had some perspective, right? How's
so smooth.
Right?" I go, "How's your relationship with your father?"
Oh, no.
She put in some AirPods, and after giving me a look of disgust and then looked like she was walking towards a lady at the front desk to complain, I saw that the lady looked angry and had red hair, and it very likely was Fail.
Yes.
Oh, no. I wasn't going to be able to make a quick exit, so I headed to the men's bathroom and laid low for about 30 minutes while looking at memes on my phone. Finally saw that the coast was clear, so I took off my glasses, combed my hair, and walked Jason Bourne style out of there back to my car. I think I have to work on this technique a bit more before going out into the field again, but honestly was very surprised at how well organized, clean, and orderly everything was.
Yeah.
An immense collection of some very good reading material. Despite my personal failures, the place is very impressive. Thanks for the lessons, Murphy Wilmot Library. I'll be back for some manly books soon. 5 stars.
They're like, "No, you won't. You're not allowed on property."
Blacklisted. Damn.
Trying to pick up chicks in the library. I do think that it was a noble effort.
Yeah.
But I think the execution was a little off on that. I got
Gotta
a
work
couple
on
questions. What is trad? What is trad wife?
Traditional wife.
Oh.
Traditional, well-dressed, modest,
So
submissive.
young and hip. I should have known that.
Right?
Yes. All you're doing is abbreviating words, which I'm sure works well in the library.
Join the manosphere, beef. Join us.
That's Rico's 5-star review. You can go ahead and see that real review. All right, so I'm currently grabbing up TX2, and we're going to have him live in studio. I have to put another video clip in between in the meantime. Earlier this morning, we got Weird with Weirdo. It was hilarious. A little segment. And in case you missed it, went a little something like this. Check it out. That's TX2, who's going to be in studio this morning at 9 a.m. and I'm stoked. Welcome back to the show. I got Weirdo. We'll break it down the weird news that we have missed this week. So go ahead and share with me what you found.
Well, I know that, previously in another life, you've visited a couple strip clubs, right?
Yeah, but I was never really a fan. Even when I had the opportunity to DJ at a strip club, I was just as fast in as I was out. Right? I was like, oh no,
I gotta go.
This is not the life I want.
It is quite crazy. I mean, I did work at a strip club in my early 20s, and it can get insane. but not as insane as it did in a Thailand strip club not too long ago.
Oh, yeah? What happened in Thailand?
Well, there was a British tourist by the name of Jack, and he was knocked unconscious and covered in blood after a group of 20 lap dancers started fighting over customers.
Oh, Jesus. So was he the customer they were fighting over?
Possibly. It sounds like there was maybe not that many customers in the club.
Yeah, right? That's why they're like fighting over every scrap and dollar.
Right. So, and he was trying to like be the good Samaritan and break up the exotic dancer melee, but found himself in the middle of it. Witness described the scene as a Wild West type of barroom brawl.
Right.
Complete with punches, kicks, hair pulling, and of course, high heels.
Yeah, man. I would take a brawl over 20 dudes over 20 exotic dancers, female exotic dancers. They get ruthless.
Dirty.
Yes.
Dirty.
Man. Yeah. He's lucky he didn't die.
Yeah, so there is pictures of this on Daily Mail, and he is covered in blood and just knocked out, sprawled out on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Did they give him a lap dance while he was down there? Might as well.
Have.
Yeah.
So cops eventually showed up to break things up, take statements, and probably took a little extra time to be entertained while watching the surveillance video.
So funny. Yes, upload that and sell it on pay-per-view. You'll get 1 million buys.
You're right.
Amazing. All right, what else going on in the world of weird?
All right, so a thrift store in Wales has had to issue the following statement, because I just want to lead this off with this, because this is phenomenal. Could those of you who kindly donate please be mindful that we are a children's charity? And as such, we have a range of ages on our wonderful volunteer team. We therefore ask that you refrain from donating your used and unused marital aids.
Oh, sex toys?
Yeah.
That's so people are donating that for the holidays. I mean, I understand you get that seasonal depression. You want a little quick pick me up. I mean, that would do that, but it's still not great, right?
I just didn't know, because then I looked into this further. It is pretty regular that people donate their sex toys to thrift stores. I didn't know this. I wouldn't
didn't know this
buy
either.
it. Yeah, that would be gross. But the fact that it's a children's charity that has underage volunteers.
Right.
Yeah, so to further attempt to deter the drop-off of any more kinky collectibles, they now have security cameras at their donation sites. And they are saying that, like, we know who you are, and we will personally return it to you.
Yeah, luckily the kids are a little too young, probably don't even know. Be like, look like we got another one of these vibrating baseball bats. Huh?
What a buzzkill.
Speaking of adult toys, a new university study found that adult toys could cause diabetes.
What?
Yeah, they find that the microplastics are invading everything from food and everyday products, and absorbing those chemicals can lead to illnesses like diabetes. And adult products contain levels that exceed U.S. customer warnings. So people apparently need to be extra careful and when partaking in those kind of bedroom aids. And I see the concern on your face. I know.
So yeah, if I come back with diabetes, it wasn't because of my diet.
Yeah, I know your diet is clean as hell.
Right.
It's just the overconsumption of other things. And I guess moderation is key with everything. But yeah, that's a new warning.
I'm so screwed.
Literally and figuratively.
I gotta call my girlfriend.
Yeah. That's all right. Just load up on insulin. That's what you want for Christmas, right? All right, we're gonna hit the reset. We got more Be Figure Presents coming up after these words. The local bands when there's artists that are doing things right, doing all things right.
Totally.
You're one of those artists that are doing all things right. And we're back on the stream real quick. So please welcome in studio. We got the man, the myth, the legend, TX2. Go ahead and put that. And then your name again. I got Corky down here. And
Cam. Corky.
And Cam.
I play guitar.
And yes, absolutely. And I do know that because your social media game's on point. But like I was telling TX2, and then how we're going to explain it on the air is, whenever I come across an artist that is doing things right, inspirational, you keep messing with that until it stays in place.
Is it okay? So I was just trying to.
Yeah.
There we go. We got it. We got it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, and you can still even adjust it. It's room closet.
I can work with this.
Yeah.
No worries.
But we got local musicians listening to the show all the time, and when there are bands that are doing things like right. Then I'd like to kind of point that out and be like, hey, if you're an aspiring musician, then pay attention to what this band's doing, whether it's a songwriting style or just things. In your case, you seem to have got the blueprint figured out. In my mind, You were literally doing everything right that a modern artist needs to do to take it to that next level.
Oh, thanks,
And
man.
the way that you marketed and promoted yourself to let people know how you are, what kind of music you provide as you evolved from, a rapper into this hard rock mashup of styles that are super catchy and good music. I mean, obviously, good product is number one, right? You got good songs,
Thanks, man.
that's good, but it will fall on deaf ears if the audience doesn't know about it. So you started doing, social media content, comedy skits, things like that, and then slowly started kind of implementing your music in that after attracting an audience that you knew would kind of dig your style. And I mean, it's right there. It seems like, like everyone should know that answer, but they don't. And like labels nowadays, they won't sign an artist based off of just being good. Like they're gonna say straight up, what are your social media numbers?
Right.
How easy can you make it for us?
Right.
And that's what you had to get 6 figures as far as followers on TikTok and Instagram and get the YouTube hits by yourself before a label would go on and be like, okay, I'm in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. That's the story. Yeah. I mean, I actually started playing in bands in middle school.
Mhm.
And I grew up with rock music as a drummer, playing in rock bands. But I had this big breaking point. In high school, we ended up having one of the singers pass away in a car accident, and I didn't want to be involved with drumming anymore. It kind of just ruined it.
Yeah.
But I realized that rapping was like drumming with words. I started doing that. But then as I started playing shows in the local scene, I just realized that there's 10 million musicians out there, and I'm not special. The only thing so instead of, trying to rely on art being the number one thing, I focus on my art. But then at the same time, I realized I had to do what you said.
Right.
And then, kind of like give into the machine of like social media and then slowly start putting out music and the social media content.
Yes, and that's TX2 and Rock 102.1 KFMA. Please welcome them in the studio. They just packed out the show 191 Tool last night. And is this the second time that you guys been in Tucson?
Second time we've been to Tucson. Yeah.
Nice.
First time we were with Sleeping with Sirens.
Oh, nice.
crazy.
Yeah. And this is your first headlining run.
Yeah, first headlining run.
Yeah, and you're packing it out all over the place, dude.
Yeah.
People are
Wild.
excited about it. Go ahead and put your headphones on if you
right.
will.
Yes, you got it.
Yeah. And they're all plugged in. And so
Wow.
you can hear me now. And we were talking about the importance of being a multimedia entertainer nowadays, and talked about what made you gravitate towards going to social media, and that's essentially how you got on the map before people even knew you were a musician. Was just basically some of the bits and videos that you started doing. Now, do you love putting together that content? You always looking for ideas?
So I actually do all my content with Cam here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I love doing it. It kind of feels like I sold my soul to a machine that I have to post for every day.
Well, for the time being, yes. Eventually, you'll cross that bridge where you're like, I don't even have to do that anymore. I have a whole team that might do that, and everyone already knows the secret's out.
We dream of that day. Yeah, we dream of that day. We talk about that day a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is a grind. It is, the music business, and you got to work hard. It is no, secret that you guys are working hard and to start like receiving success and starting to see those benefits. If you half-assed anything, even with how quality your music is, which is really good, it still would not have shown the numbers that you're seeing on tour if you guys weren't just working overtime, being super passionate about it. And we have a lot to talk about. Trust me, we're just kind of getting, settled in. And I want to start off with a single song takeover. So I have the luxury of being able to play a song of my choosing in the 9 o'clock hour. It doesn't matter what, because I manipulated the playlist so many times that they got mad and they compromised. And they're like, look, if you stop messing with our playlist, we'll let you play whatever. So my single song takeover today is going to be the entirety of this song that I edited as well, because I had to rip it off of Spotify.
Okay. I love it.
Yes. And it's I Would Hate Me Too. And now I actually know a little bit of the backstory. Correct me if I'm wrong. Essentially, you're just like, we need to write it like an AC/DC style song.
Sort of. No.
Okay. Yeah. Correct away.
No. Yeah. I came to a point in my career. This is before I Would Hate Me Too went viral. That was my biggest viral moment that actually got record labels interested in me. Where I was like, I'm never gonna make it in music.
Yeah.
And nobody's gonna care if I'm here or gone. So I could put a fucking like cry for help, slap it on an AC/DC song, and on like a very like rock song that's going to basically be a message that that is so clear that everyone's going to misinterpret.
Yeah.
And just to prove a point on kind of how ignorant people can be about consuming music.
Right.
And I was
like
right.
taking that surface
I was
level.
right. I was right. I wrote a song where I was like, look, here's all of my problems, yet somehow I'm going to have a platform for this. Somehow this song's going to go viral. This song went viral.
Yeah.
Everybody hated it, saying so many different things about how I was just wrong for talking about my own mental health. Right. Like people are saying you're romanticizing it. Not once in the lyrics is any of it saying this is good.
Right.
This is me just saying I need help. Here's a song that you won't even get the message of.
Right. Well, because you present it in such an upbeat way too. So I call it like dark sunshine, right? So yeah, I mean, you have it, and the way the contrast of that is the beautiful part. But yeah, you take apart and dissect it and looked at all the lyrics, it's a dark poem and a cry for help.
Definitely, and I think the contrast is really important because you have no clue what someone's going through in general. Some of the happiest people can be the most depressed.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I wanted to hint at there too. Do you know the song "Bullet" by Hollywood Undead? Right. Same exact thing.
Right. Yeah. So it's like sweet sounding. It sounds like it's uplifting, but if you pay attention to the words, it's dark. Yeah.
Yes,
I love
exactly.
it. Well, again, this is something, the people, I could see people like bouncing around and partying to this song.
Definitely. Right. It's the
But
one
if
too.
you played it last call and the alcohol settles in, then you might be like, oh, wait a second. Why
Yeah.
am I
Wait. Yeah.
getting
Right.
depressed? Well, let's play it then, and I'll allow you to introduce it. I'm pretty sure it's a radio debut, even though it's gone viral.
It is a radio debut for the song. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is just a hit record on the internet and has been for a long time. Got tons of plays on Spotify and on YouTube, and I'm going to allow you to introduce it. So introduce yourself and saying this is the song on Rock 102.1. Are you ready?
Yes.
Take it away.
Awesome. What is up? This is TX2, and you are about to listen to "I Would Hate Me Too" on Rock
2.1.
102.1. I'm bad with numbers.
All right, so here's the deal. I want to jam this out loud here over the speakers with the guys, and then we're going to be back with more TX2. I'll play this little video clip from earlier because I can't play it on the stream because then I'll, mute it up.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so earlier this morning we did F My Life. In case you missed it, went like this.
Caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward.
It is awkward. Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid.
It's fun being stupid. Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of your F My Life. These unfortunate situations emailed to me at beefvegan@kfma.com, subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air on this short week, do so now at 600 KFMA, 600-5362. And if Weirdo and I agree your life is F, we'll hook you up with something like tickets to Dia de los Luchas, which is luchador action with rock and roll at the Rialto Theater, or tickets to Buck Cherry, or tickets for Fog and Molly, or even a $20 gift certificate to Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza.
That's a long list.
Lots of listener bait to share your misery with us this morning. So let's get into the first email real quick, sent to me by Gabrielle. She said, yesterday I ended up gashing my leg rather badly on the corner of my chair. I fell to the ground with a very loud thud and yelled, "Oh, F me!" I hobbled to the bathroom, making more noise in the process. Later, my neighbor came by and asked if I could keep my sex noise to a minimum. Gotta love apartments, man.
Yeah.
F My Life, what do you say, weirdo?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, that's adding insult to injury. Because not only are you hurt, right, but you weren't doing it, which would have been more awesome if you were. And now your nosy neighbor is like telling you to keep it down. Be like, hey, if I'm getting it that good, then you need to shut up and not listen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, like, where's the neighbor hearing sex that sounds like, I don't know, somebody gashed open their leg? Like,
oh, you're obviously not getting it done right.
Right.
I will stop right there because it is 7:12. I'm like, it's on our 8 o'clock F My Life. What am I doing?
Yeah.
All right. Next F My Life email sent to me by Ed. Ed said, today I asked my boss if I could have a bigger cubicle. I'm now working in one that is half the size of my old one.
No.
That's what you get, Ed.
That sucks.
Yeah. I like the size of your cubicle is going to make your life, a happier existence. Don't forget to get your waterfall pictures and put them up on the walls. So that way you can dream of paradise outside. that cubicle.
I say that's F My Life. He was like, he was being bold and stating a need, and then they slashed it in half.
Yeah. All right. I'll say F my life on that.
Okay.
Yeah. At least they didn't take your stapler there, Ed.
Mhm.
All right. Next email sent to me by Gilbert. Gilbert said, when I had my last wedding meeting with my fiance at her church, I was running extremely late from my friend's house, and I failed to notice a small penis drawn on my forehead by my friends when I fell asleep after the party. The priest was not too happy and said numerous prayers for me. F my life.
Dude, your friends sound awesome.
Yeah. Actually, let me turn my microphone on. Jesus.
Fair, very fair.
Yeah. All right.
Usually helpful.
We are now back here live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, and that was the radio debut of I Would Hate Me Too from TX2, a song that was actually released about, what, like 2 years ago?
No, actually it was released this year. It was released
This is how fast everything's been skyrocketing for you guys, right?
Yeah, it's been crazy
Feels
fast.
like 2 years.
It feels like 2 years, but it's been since March, April.
Was it as soon as you went blonde? Did you recognize that? Because you were
No.
brunette before that.
I was brunette for that. I was for a little while. I actually dyed my hair
like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
How you feeling blonde? Do you like the blonde look better?
Yeah, I like it. It's cool that we all look like. So she plays on stage with us too. She plays bass.
Corky, you need to pop in the camera too so we can see.
Yeah,
you.
Corky, if you want to say hi, but also if you don't want to, I understand too. But
Yeah,
Corky.
look at that, yeah.
See, but look, all three of now that our hair is all like the same color, it's crazy. And then we all wear the white shirt, black ties on stage.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's like siblings.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
iconic. It feels like a family too. So I like that part of it. And I don't know though. I kind of miss the brown hair. What do you think?
Really? No, I think it's a good look. And honestly, you're kind of to a lot of people, you're establishing yourself for the first time, right? And it's this first year, and this is a wild breakout year, you know. So I like this look going into that. Once you continue to reach enough ears and enough people are kind of on board, then continue to do whatever you want. I know that's a part of your art as well, and expression as you're kind of doing that. But the style, the look, it fits, man. It's rock and roll.
Thanks, man.
And that's how it is. But, you know, TX2 started off as a rapper. We're going to talk about that as well. We have so much that we're going to get to on the podcast broadcast, and we have more after these words. But you can join us, youtube.com/bevegan, or keep it right here on Rock 102.1. Clear. All right. So now we're just on the stream.
Sweet.
And then we're also going to squeeze in the song off the last EP that I was digging as well.
Ooh, which one?
That's Walking Dead Man.
Oh, yeah,
So,
right.
Yeah. So that was good. I mean, the entire EP, you know, as you're releasing it. And here's another example. Okay, let me just break this down and simplify this, because for any musicians, okay, social media game, you got to be on point, right? And you're starting off with like comedy skits and things like that with the hashtags like emo and everything else to kind of get the right audience to start paying attention. Then start, you know, throwing out the music. Of course, you got to do the music videos, and then with the songs, you're you know, just like the modern day release, you're not like releasing a full album, nothing like that. You're releasing singles, digestibles, music videos, and then EPs, and then kind of constantly creating content and releasing content, right?
Absolutely.
And then so what's the next couple months, the game plan? Do you have like a more release schedule of what you're doing? Because I imagine it's literally just getting started.
Yeah, I feel like we're just getting started. We are gonna work on an album during all of December and January. And then
when did you get signed to Hopeless Records?
Hopeless was January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Actually, July, August. More July.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's only been like 4 months.
It's all very new.
Yeah.
Very
Did you
new.
sell out last night?
We got close. It was like a 400 cap and we had 300 something.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was crazy.
Nice.
That was
Yeah.
crazy. But we sold out Dallas the night before. That was wild.
Right.
Now, are you like waking up every morning now being like, how? Like, are you having like an existential crisis every morning, or is this like what you were hoping for?
I have this like voice inside my head that tells me nothing's ever good enough. So for me, I'm just like I'm constantly like battling, being like, no, this is incredible. Your dream is coming true. And I can't even believe I'm here right now, because I played empty shows for at least 10 years of my life.
Right. Well, you're still pretty young. What are you, 24?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then but I've started TX2 since 14.
Right.
And I'm in bands before that. And then there's that voice in my head that's just like, this is not good enough. And there's still so much you have to do at all times. And there's like 20 tasks that I have to do today that I'm still like, just shut up, Evan, in my head. So it's like, it's a little bit of everything.
Now you guys,
Yeah.
you're touring through like the holidays, right? So what's the next destination? And then are you guys doing Thanksgiving together? You guys doing your own little Thanksgiving? Or you got a family stop?
Yeah, we're gonna have a little family Thanksgiving together.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we've been on the road for 2 months now. So we've I think that was our last show outside of California. Now we're finally going back to California, posting up, and probably gonna have a little Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving.
Nice.
'cause I don't
So
think we're
you
seeing our
based out of
families.
LA right now?
Yeah. We all live in LA. That's actually where we all met.
Nice, excellent. And you're from what, San Antonio, Texas, or what part of Texas?
I'm from Texas. He's from Colorado.
Oh, you're from Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got a Colorado number. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. And then you like in high school and stuff, you were one of the misunderstood dudes, right? So you kind of like, I mean, you're rapping. I used to rap in high school as well.
Sick.
Yeah. That was good. I
Alright.
checked out your
I
stuff.
don't think I was that good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate you.
No, you did. You released some tracks and stuff where I was like, okay, I see it, and it makes sense to me. That's the evolution of the like great artists is taking, influence from all the genres and then, experimenting and finding their voice in that. And then you took all that, put it in a pot, and it really is just kind of that melting pot sound with just a hard rock undertone. And I think that's the magic that makes the sound work. But yeah, so did that fuel you though? Obviously.
Yeah,
Do you write
definitely.
from a sad
Definitely.
place?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Do you ever write from a happy place?
I think songs that the few political songs like Randy McNally and Loaded Guns was more of an angry place, less sad. But most of what I usually use music for is therapy. And yeah, in high school it was fucking brutal. I was called faggot every single day. Ooh, are we on the radio?
Yeah, we're fine. We're on the stream.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you would see me.
I'm so
go
sorry.
over here.
I'm so sorry. I gotta watch that.
When you see him clear the desk to hit a button, then we're on.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I like about this stream because I want to talk real on this,
Totally.
and then so they're calling you names.
I was called faggot all the time, and I also think that had a pretty hard toll on me because I am bisexual, and that like was for me was like.
Did you know at the time though?
I didn't know, but I think that's part of the problem that really made me closeted for a while was
Right.
because I had all of this like a bad association around that word, right?
Yeah.
And so I was called that every single day. I'd walk out of classes with gum in my hair. I was assaulted by several kids who met up in a locker room, and they thought it'd be a good idea to all just beat the shit out of me.
Right.
And then called me a bunch of slurs too. And it was because it was like a very rich conservative school where there wasn't a SoundCloud rapper kid, right? There wasn't much diversity at all.
Yeah.
So I was the easiest target, and I've always been short. So
Right.
it's always I've got a walking target on my back.
Are you really 5'4"?
I am.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
And it rhymes with man whore so well.
Yeah.
And as like so sad and tragic as that upbringing is, it really is the makeup that just makes me invest in your stock even more. You take this this terrible like pain constantly, and you turn that into a positivity and through your art, and that's the fuel. And it's not even like a lot of people have gone through like negative experiences and have mental health issues growing up, especially through adolescence, and they have the fuel for the fire. You have fucking rocket fuel. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And I'm proud. I just met you, right? But I am proud of the strides you're already taking. And I would hope that all these kids that were assholes in high school who are working like at a Cracker Barrel,
Yeah.
they
Right,
see
right.
this and they're just like fucking rage jerk off like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah,
fuck
yeah,
that,
oh, yeah,
oh."
oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
Definitely.
and the simple fact, and like with the emo, the punk, and like the hard rock scene, there's a lot of queer folks. And like now you can kind of be this like, I mean, maybe it wasn't what you set out to do, but like you can be this representation because there is still a lot of musicians that are closeted and they don't like to talk about it. They don't want to be controversial, but you're out there being like, fuck that governor.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
know?
it's so important to be very, very verbal with it. And I've seen it firsthand because we have we've had all ages shows, right? And so believe it or not, the spectrum of TX2 fans has been across all ages. And actually a lot more adults than any other demographic at most of these shows. A lot of queer folk, right?
Mhm.
And we actually have a younger fan that like changed everything for me in North Carolina, who said that they felt so uncomfortable ever wearing dresses, but they saw me in a dress for the Randy McNally take, saying things so proudly that they just started adopting that personality and being much more comfortable in their own skin. And then there's been so many kids who've been like, I just needed a queer rock icon or someone to look up to, a role model. And I didn't have that really growing up. I mean, there's Billy Joe Armstrong and there's been like all of these emo artists who are queer, but they don't really talk about it as much, right? They just say it once. And I'm every song I might be saying I'm sucking dick. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hell yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Next album drops.
Yeah, wait till you see what happens in the next album.
Wait till those visuals come out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're gonna have so much fan art. Like you're gonna have like all those.
you already
those
have
fan art.
we get every show someone that brings us like a mural or something.
Although,
they
do you have
made or
any
something
pictures of it now? I'd like to see.
Like
actually,
anime things like that.
So it's like it's a thing that started like in the 60s and 70s. It was called like Slash Zine or something like that, where they would take like iconic characters and make them gay and things like that.
Okay.
So it's like it's a whole
Go ahead and point the phone into that camera right
rabbit
there.
hole that.
So since 2021, I've been like collecting a bunch of different people's fan arts on their like stories.
Nice.
All sorts of stuff.
Oh, look at you as a cowboy.
Yeah, I know. I look Cowboy Evan. And then it just keeps going. But I like there's just all this fan art over the years that people have been making, and more and more and more and more and more and more. And then and we have a collection in our trailer of just gifts people have been giving us.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you're getting showered with love. That's amazing. And even with you're having your songs played in protests.
That's crazy. That's punk rock as fuck.
Yeah,
right.
That's punk rock.
Right, because like it seems like we again had this like everybody wanted to talk about like protest songs of the 60s and how great they're. I'm like, what are the true protest songs now? Because everybody's too scared.
I don't really know of any. I'm sure there are some, but that's why I started creating songs like Loaded Guns and Randy McNally, and those have been used at protests. It's been crazy. And,
that's amazing.
In Switzerland, there is like this Pride Fest of like a couple thousand people, and they did a drag queen did a performance to Randy McNally in front of 1,000, like in like Switzerland, which is crazy.
Well, I'm your new aunt, so I'm Aunt Weirdo, and I'm very proud of you. Thank you on behalf of the queer folks, because like it is really, really cool to see, and it's just refreshing.
Thank you.
And you're putting out quality music that are just bangers.
I appreciate that.
So good.
Yeah. So when did you start noticing that your songs were picking up in different parts of the world? What's the craziest place? I mean, you just said Switzerland, right? What craziest place where you're like, they're listening to us there?
We had a fan fly out from China to our show in California.
That's insane.
That was crazy.
That is insane.
Yeah, we've had fans fly out from like Poland too or something.
Yeah,
like
there were
crazy.
some like Eastern European fans as well.
Austria, we had an
Austria.
Austrian, and they fly out for the shows. That is dedication.
Yeah, it is. We're getting back on the air here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're here with TX2 here on the podcast broadcast. So, are currently on tour. Their second stop in Tucson, packed out the 191 Tool last night. We're talking about the reach of music, putting it out there digitally, and the surprise places that people are becoming fans, and the links that they're going just to check you out live. Which I'm so disappointed that I missed the live show last night because I'm old. But
There'll be more. Don't worry.
Yeah, I imagine it's nothing but energy. As you guys do it as like a 3-piece. But yeah, you had people flying in from Austria, from China, just to see your shows on a club level. Now, how long is this tour? When is this tour wrapping up? And then do they have you? You're basically in the machine now, right? You're constantly out there. You're not going to be seeing home for a long stretch of time for the foreseeable future.
Well, we're actually on our home stretch now. We've been on the road for 2 months, and now we're on our way back to California. So we're almost home. But yeah, I mean, we already have tours booked next year in advance, and the goal is to be on the road for most of the year.
Yeah. So are you doing more headlining tours? You're going to do some support tours, and you probably can't even announce
all the above.
Yeah. Okay.
I think next year our goal is just to be on the road for at least 7-8 months out of the 12.
Right.
Or however many we can.
Yeah. Now, did it start with TikTok with you or Instagram? Which social media platform did it start like blowing up that started to get people buzzing about you?
Well, TikTok. It all started with me just having the realization that there's 10 million musicians out there. I am not special. So I started studying the algorithm and actually taking notes and figuring out exactly what I needed to do to create content that would go viral.
Right.
And then, I grew up as an emo kid. So I made content for emo kids, and I also knew that eventually these emo kids might check out my music. And so as I built a fan base for that, then I started dropping in music.
Yeah, and it's brilliant. And how long did it take you to kind of figure out the algorithm before your first viral video hit?
A year. It
About
took
a
a
year?
year of like actually having Excel sheets and then calculating watch time averages and then looking at like the numbers to figure out like what was working and why it was working.
Right. Nice. Did you go to college?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, like in Colorado area?
No, it was actually in Miami. I lived in Miami for 4 years to get away from Colorado.
Yeah. Well, that's a great. I mean, honestly, you go from the cowboy culture, right?
Yeah.
Because Colorado, as progressive as they may seem, like with weed,
Yeah.
there's a lot of backwards thinking there as well.
There's a lot.
A lot.
It's
Yeah.
just
You grew
crazy.
up there. Yeah. Yeah. So then going to Miami, that's kind of a whole new world,
Whole
right?
new world.
Yeah.
Florida is on something.
Is
It's
that when you
crazy.
first went through your first like F-boy phase? When did you
Uh,
self-profess?
Oh
F-boy?
yeah.
We've all been there, by the
Well,
way.
I had to reinvent myself in Miami. So in Colorado, I didn't really have a chance to be a fuckboy because
Right.
everyone hated me.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I had to hit the dump on that. That's all right. I hit it. It's okay. We're good.
Sorry.
No, I
sorry.
got the dump. We're good.
Okay. I didn't have a chance to really be an F boy, but in Florida is where I started figuring out my sexuality, and then I started experimenting, and then I also was just like I went through some 2 bad breakups, and I was like, you know what, I
Yeah.
need to figure out life. I get, you know, I'm only this young for so long.
Yeah.
Go crazy.
Bounce
You know?
around.
Yeah.
And honestly, you'll be a wise man if you get out of the F-boy phase by the time you're 30. I just went through another F-boy phase like last year. So
It comes and goes.
it
It's a
does.
phase. Like, but I think I've been out of it. Evan's kind of looking for love now. I want love.
Yeah, your timing is terrible because there's no way because you're going to be in this tornado
So true.
that is
Yeah.
literally going to be going
know.
across not only the country but possibly the globe.
Yeah.
You're getting fans from other countries internationally coming out to your shows, and I'm sure festival season next year this time I might have the phone ringing. I just feel like a lot of people in my position would kind of have the same reaction once you finally hit their radar. You've already kind of proven yourself to your base. They're already excited about what you have going on, and there's no signs of slowing down. So the album that you're going to release, well, let's talk about the EP. Well, let's talk about what they can stream right now.
Definitely.
You got about 500,000 people on Spotify listening to you daily. And this EP, what's the name of this EP again?
It's called The Ghost of LA.
Yeah, The Ghost of LA. Now, why'd you name it that?
Because I ended up moving to LA in January, and about half the songs were stories of my own personal experience. And then on this EP, for the first time, I've always been a fan of albums like The Black Parade and American Idiot that are concept albums.
Yeah.
So I took stories of my own life and I created this character that is kind of like a alternate version of me, and it went down an alternate story and where different things happened in their life. And I told the story of what would have happened if I followed a different path when I moved to LA, and if I was a kind of different character.
Now, you strike me as a visual thinker as well. So when you're putting this together, this story together with this character, do you see this visually as well, like a cartoon or
Definitely.
like a movie or something like that? Is that something that you'd want to work on eventually as well?
Yeah, actually, we came up with this idea for the short series. There was like a front to back telling this story through visuals and content. We tried it. It did not. It's so hard to create a TV series for obvious reasons.
Did you ask ChatGPT? They might help you outline it a little bit.
We might have ChatGPT'd at one point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love visuals, and the first idea we had visually was the art cover, which is that car.
Yeah.
And me in the car for this whole EP.
I love it. In fact, actually, let's check out the Instagram page. Go down the rabbit hole on some of TX2's socials, and you need to follow TX2 if you're not already. That's TX2 official. The letter T, the letter X, and the number 2 official on all things social media. They're gonna add to an already impressive list of followers, but it's constant content that is super engaging and fun and great to listen to that you can follow along. So TX2 official. We're going to keep the conversation moving on to podcast broadcast. Be back more with our second single song takeover and bending some rules today. And we're going to play another track from TX2 right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right. So that was on the FM side, and we're doing okay on dumps. You know, as long as
I'm so sorry. I feel bad every time I do that.
Single curse words happen, right? We've already hit it on ourselves today. As long as you don't curse within 30 seconds after that, then we're good.
Got it. You got it. You got it.
Even
But I
then,
said, Cam, like, thanks for the heads up, dude.
yeah, but even then, we need
know.
so many
You
complaints
can punch me.
called in for before anything happens, so we're usually fine.
Okay, got it. Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Try my best.
So I have this pulled up right here. So your Instagram.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Which is fantastic too. So imaging and like all this, the whole package. I'm sure you know the label's super happy about all this. You know, let's just play this one real quick. Say day 5. Like cutting as yeah. This is funny.
Cutting as an emo. Jesus Christ, dude, this is TikTok. You want that fade right? Oh, sorry. Back to day 0. Oh, I thought you meant. Oh no, we cut. Bro, what are you doing? I'm just bulking right now. Jesus Christ, dude. Let's get in the car. So as I was saying, you want to see a real cut though?
No. Please do not show me that.
I gotta roll my sleeves up for this one.
Put the sleeves down. Put the sleeves down.
Because this one's a deep cut. Oh, God damn it. What is this? Okay. What was this? My trauma is taking. That's a bar. God damn, this is banger, huh? Do you want to see a real cut though?
Please just shut the fuck up.
So you know, again, it's this creativity that to promote your music and songs and singles like that. Again, every single artist should be paying attention to because that's how you do it in 2023 and beyond. That's how you do it right now until they change the game again. That's just how you do it. And you know, the fact that you have the fuel and you guys are working together like that and so fun and refreshing, then you're seeing you know, you're showcasing your personality and beyond the music. And then you're also dropping like tracks like that right in their face. And like, oh my God.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. So yeah, congratulations on all this stuff. So
Appreciate you.
when you guys are brainstorming, is that obviously the long van rides probably help on this
all the time.
Yeah.
We're always brainstorming on the van.
Yeah. Is that where you're getting some of your best ideas? Just kind of those road trips?
Yeah, we just throw out ideas.
The grind never stops.
The grind,
though. It
literally,
happens anywhere.
it's honestly a problem because we really can't turn off our brains from work sometimes.
Yeah.
But we just think of like things that are like funny. Sometimes we think about okay, I don't really care how I'm perceived as long as I stand for what I believe in.
Mhm.
So we sometimes think about things that could like kind of like poke at people, but that we know are not morally wrong. Right. For example, that skit is not wrong. We're coping with humor, which I think is a very, very valid coping mechanism for people. Right. And I actually have a history of
cutting.
Yeah.
But
for me to just joke about it helps. What
Right.
else am I supposed to do with this thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just
right.
leave it.
Yeah.
And then I know that's the kind of thing where it presses buttons with people.
Now, I mean, the bigger your reach online, of course, the more blowback and trolls. I mean, initially when you started going viral, first one, it was you noticed the flood of hate. I'm sure you weren't even paying attention to the
I paid
positivity.
attention. To the positivity.
Yeah, because you mentioned the hate many times, but I know that there was positive comments along that as well. But it's so hard, right, to even like recognize the positive. You're almost like just laser focused on all the negative.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely been a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem, but at the same time, like if you keep producing based off of getting those negative feelings and turning it into a positive, you know, is it really a problem? You know, you're almost like, okay, here's another enemy to my list. Well, I'm about to shut you the fuck up.
True.
You know, yeah.
That is exactly what happens. We call it the Nickelback effect. If you look at any band like Green Day, My Chemical Romance, by the way, liking My Chemical Romance was not cool until like last year.
Yeah, it's
right?
cool again.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like the same thing with Green Day, Nickelback, and now what I consider TX2, right? Is everybody thinks it's cool to hate. One day we'll see it everyone come back, but it's just kind of a path we have to go.
Right, like watching like a sold out My Chemical Romance show, and I'm like, there is no way, because it was this amount of people that made fun of me for liking MCR 20 years ago.
The shows were like a third of the size,
right?
Even in the Danger Days era. So
That's so true.
Yeah. Another headlining
now
festivals.
Now it's cool.
Festivals that you're going to be on, I'm sure. You know what I mean? And hell, they're probably going to add you to When We Were Young.
It's the dream.
Yeah. Well, the dream's gonna be a reality, man. In fact, actually, at this point, if you could dream it, you could be it. And I think you've been achieving your dreams one dream at a time. So you're checking it off the list. And I'm sure your aspirations and goals are up there. And yeah, I wouldn't bet against you at this point. We're gonna get ready to do another introduction, right? So I'll give you an opportunity not to fuck this one up. Okay. So you go say Rock 102.1. Yeah.
102.1.
Yeah.
102.
I think I have it
It's
behind
like
me. I was about to say right here.
Dude, I'm so stupid. Thank you. All right. Yes, you're right. 102. Oh, it's literally everywhere.
It's all over the room, like everywhere you look.
I'm so
But
sorry.
to be fair, I grew up listening to this station, so it's crazy me be hired here. But like, I was voice tracking one day, and it used to be 92.1. And it changed like 7 years ago.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was
still have
thinking
to
about.
re-record.
Yeah, 92.1.
Exactly.
That's what I was.
So you're
yeah, I was
totally
You
fine.
should,
I work
Weirdo.
here and I forget.
Weirdo, you just messed him up now because now you threw 92.1 in his brain as well. So like we're gonna see how it's gonna end up sounding like a phone number.
Yeah.
It's 102.1.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
So Rock 102.1. So we're gonna do a Walking Dead Man. So you can say it's TX2. This is my song Walking Dead Man off the EP The Ghost of LA on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Look at this. We're training you for your future radio tours.
I'll tell you this.
I'm ready. All right.
Not a single artist gets this right every single time. When we do these live introductions, it's always, it doesn't even matter how long they've been around. They'll always mess it up. It's just how it is.
Totally.
So let's get ready for it here. All right, we're back here live. Time to play another song here from TX2, our in-studio guest that you could join us with on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/vegan. Speaking of internet, again, TX2 official. You got to follow this group, and everything that they're doing right now is just spot on. They're definitely killing the game and wildly entertaining. And that's all the talk I'm going to say right now. I'm going to pass it over to Evan for TX2. I need you to introduce your latest single.
Awesome. This is TX2, and you are about to listen to Walking Dead Man off my Ghost of LA EP. And we are on 102.1 Rock KM. KFMA. No, KFMA. Can we do it again real quick?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. KFMA.
So you say start with the Rock and then 102.1, then KFMA.
Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay. Hi, this is TX2, and you are about to listen to Walking Dead Man off my Ghost of LA EP, and we are on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Woo! All right.
Nice.
I hit it.
You hit it. You nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yes. And hopefully I nailed that edit, which I'm sure I did.
I hope you did.
I mean,
I'm sure you did.
There's
More
only
than me.
one F-bomb in there.
Okay, so far.
No. I mean, in the song Walking Dead Man.
Yeah.
It's only one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I only reversed one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, on that one there was
I
just the one.
fucking hate December.
Yes.
Yeah. You notice how I checked the mics real quick?
Guys, sorry. Oh, sorry.
You're like, huh?
No, we're good. We're on the stream. You know, I'm playing the song right now. So yeah, we're
Well, and speaking of the lyrics, like, what is your process? Like, do you start off like with like some poetry, or do you start off with like music to begin with? Which, by the way, I'm really liking this. It's not a vow, honey. It's a threat.
Yeah,
That is a fantastic lyric.
Yeah, lots of lines.
Thank
dude.
you. That was my favorite song. Usually I write a song by working with a producer, and we come up with like chords to start, and then I kind of bounce off. I'm a drummer at heart, so I like to be involved with the drum writing process, and then we come up with drums, and then I start humming melodies, whatever's like catchiest, and then from there I'm very sacred about my lyrics, so I like to like either get in my car alone and then write lyrics. Sometimes
based off the recording of your melodies and the rhythm of that.
Yeah, lyrics always come last. And then
Yes.
Cam actually just started helping to write, so he's gonna start helping write with me.
Yeah, that stream of consciousness effort, like Rick Rubin, Sia, they kind of made it popular, and honestly, that's the way to go, right?
Yep.
You feel it first, and then you just fill in the blanks, with the vocabulary.
It's like a puzzle you have to figure out how to put together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which explains why it's like one after the other of like these very catchy songs that are like bangers and stuff. Because that's the right approach.
Thank you, man.
That's what they, I mean, obviously, like Sia and Rick Rubin has literally made like $1 billion each off of that approach.
Yeah.
Anthony Kiedis the same way, and like a lot of like big names, and I'm sure artists in between. So yeah, okay. So you go in, you break down, and when you record, you're a multi-instrumentalist, right? So besides drums you're the best at.
Yeah, definitely drums.
Rank
and
in
then
order. 'Cause-
Drums, singing, rapping, piano. Now we're getting to the guitar.
Well, but Evan
area.
will also be like, you should come up with a riff that's like this, and then make a noise.
And then
So
like
it's
humming, writing.
You come up with
which is like
guitar riffs even though you're not playing them.
Right. And
Okay.
then actually bass before guitar, because bass is just root notes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then not
oh,
always.
the
not
look she
always.
just gave you.
Yeah, I know. And then sorry, I'm so sorry. And then and then probably clarinet after that.
Oh yeah, you
yeah,
got
throw it in
clarinet?
there, yeah.
Yeah.
So did you mess around with the new Andre 3000
Oh
new
yeah,
flute album?
he was like, I'm gonna not rap. I'm gonna do like a flute
Yeah.
album, right? That's
Yeah.
hilarious. I haven't heard it yet. No, is it crazy?
Yeah, actually, you guys should listen to it while you're driving. And at first, you're going to be like, "Oh, was he trolling us?" And
Nope.
then about 6 minutes in, you're going to be like, "I'm in another place, mentally and emotionally."
That's
like,
great. You guys know
It's hard.
Outkast, right? Yeah, that's Andre 3000. That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
used it to like meditate yesterday because you had introduced me to it and then you played it a little bit. I'm like, actually, this is really dope. I'm gonna take that home.
I got stoned and I listened over the weekend where I was just like, let's just see what all the hype is about.
Mhm.
And then I forgot I was listening to it and I was just in this place and it was, so I'm like, oh, all
Wow.
right, Andre 3000.
What a
doing his thing.
legend.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we're back here live on Rock 2.1 KFMA. That was TX2 Walking Dead Man off the EP, The Ghost of LA. And we're talking with the group about, how they put together songs. And you're talking to Evan, how he writes songs. And that's fascinating. And also, you learned how to sing through singing lessons. So you started off as a rapper and you didn't know how to sing at all. Did you attempt it and hurt yourself or you were just pitchy? Like at what point? Because I mean, your vocals are great on these records.
Thank you. In 2018, I could not sing Happy Birthday on pitch.
Yeah. Is that weird? What's the biggest takeaway from singing lessons to where you felt like it clicked? And
Well, everything, anybody can sing, literally anybody.
Mhm.
You just have to, it's like a actual muscle technique. And they're probably so sick of it, but I do so many warm-ups, cool downs. There's I'm a geek about vocal health. And I definitely think that with proper training, anybody can sing well.
Yeah.
Right. And with consistency of doing it, right?
Consistency, practicing every day. You're just like a muscle. It's the same thing as working out and hitting the gym.
Yeah. I had singing lessons and my vocal coach said the same thing. They believe that. And, you're an example of that. I don't think I was.
I bet you could be if you practice. Do you practice every day?
No. So this was when I was younger. And I'll tell you what, as far as vocal health, I had a polyp removed from my throat because I was singing improperly trying to rap too loud. But yeah, she was convinced I could have been an opera singer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Probably could.
I think she was just trying to
amazing.
smash, actually.
Yeah, imagine.
Because honestly, saying I was going to be an opera singer is probably the biggest turn on in my life. But,
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. But no. I mean, got a little bit of vibrato, but how long did it take you to where you felt confident enough to sing in public in person?
3 years. This
3
is,
years.
This is pretty recent. I think in the last year or two, I feel confident in my singing voice.
Nice.
But I didn't for the longest time.
Yeah. And so how long are you warming up your vocals before you do a set like you did last night at One Night One Tool?
15 minutes before sound check, and then a 10-minute before the set, and then a 5-minute cool down after the set.
So is the warm up kind of like what that bird whistle? Like,
Yeah.
What's the cool down?
And then-
was this what you guys have to listen to every single night?
Oh yeah. Yes.
He totally just blanked out right now. Like your
Yeah.
eyes glossed over.
He's like, I gotta hear this again. So what's the cool down?
It's like a ho, and then you keep going down, and then you work your way, and then you do like a all these weird things.
Now is the
But
train
I could explain. There's actual muscle, you're getting rid of the tension in your larynx and stuff. It's pretty cool.
now is the training different like when you got more into the screams?
Yeah. Screaming is a technique itself. The cool thing, everyone's always asks yo, your voice is destroyed, but how are you still doing the screams? Screaming is a technique in itself that you could at any time it does never hurts. I could probably scream for an hour straight.
Yeah.
And it never has any effect.
Just because you know how to do it.
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the best screamers are the ones that aren't even loud.
It's not supposed to be loud. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the mistake that a lot of people starting off make. And present company. I've seen it, with myself and friends in high school trying to be the screamer, but literally trying to scream at the top of your lungs,
right?
Blowing yourself out and just, dead in the water. But you hear screamers and it's almost like a whisper, but it sounds so vicious.
It's
and
not.
hardcore.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be loud.
Yeah. All right. We're going to continue the conversation. We'll wrap things up with a beef tip right after this, but you could join us youtube.com/beefvegan. And actually, I want to throw out a challenge to you, TX2, a live remix. I know that you have lots of bars in your head and I have lots of beats, and I want to see if you could just mash up one for me on the fly. And we'll see if we could do that
over a track. Are we wait.
Yeah.
Am I freestyling?
You could, well, if you can freestyle, then you can freestyle. If you want to spit other bars and do a remix of a song of yours, then you could do that as well.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be playing you some beats. We'll be back here live on Rock 102.1, so don't go away. All right, yeah. So, clear. I'm talking ahead of time. So here's some beats. You let me know which one you're feeling.
Sure.
And we're gonna vibe this. It's a live remix. We did this with a band called Blind Channel. They killed it.
Okay, sick.
And it's fun because you're a drummer, so you're gonna catch the beat, you'll vibe it. Let's see which one's a good one here. You want fast or slow?
Try fast to start.
Okay.
And then I'm very interested in this.
Yeah. Let's see. Some of my beats got blown out because we got hacked recently, which is shitty.
no.
I know.
That sucks.
I
We
know.
just have our phones back up today.
Yeah, that's not a
Ridiculous.
fast one here. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see.
But this one's good. This tempo's already.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to just go?
Yeah, live remix.
Look, rappers always trying to get a collab, thinking that'll make them get dope fast. Spit 100 miles an hour, go fast. Taking down the game is a known fact. By your boss, taking shots at me like I'm Lincoln. Y'all get caught up in thoughts without thinking, let that sink in. I'm going off like the lights before I clap an X. Time I don't have to be right for me to smash again. Making poor decisions, it's no wonder I'm not rich. And I'm taking 4 prescriptions, seeing visions, what a trip. Well, dumbass kids in my class trash me and jab, ask me to rap. Okay, I'll adapt. Fuck your mom, I'm your dad. Yeah, I'm the first rapper to get into college for rapping. It happened the blink of an eye when I tapped in the industry. Back to Byzantine, fact check their history. Now I'm epitome of shit in me. I'm physically nauseated and I'm always patient. Lots of patience when bitches call me basic. Face it, I'm never gonna take it. Okay. How was that? I was just going off.
That was amazing.
That was
Were you
amazing.
freestyling that? Or
No, that was
Okay,
it was a combination. There's definitely it was an old song that I was like, okay, I wonder how much I'll remember of it. And then I started just like, okay, we just got to put this in here. And
Put the pieces together.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a puzzle, you know.
Do you almost, when you freestyle, do you almost like see the words in the air? You're gonna
Yeah. You have to like grab in them, and then you have to like figure out, and then it's like chess. You find one word, and then you're like, all right, the next word, what's it going to be ahead of time?
See, people who have never freestyled like that on that level don't understand it. But I think there's a movie called Bodied that it's basically a rap battle movie.
I've heard of Bodied. Was that Eminem had something to do with that movie,
he
right?
produced it. And honestly, like you'll love that movie because it does kind of put you in that perspective of somebody who is zoning out in a freestyle. It's almost like you're not thinking, but you could see the words and you're almost grabbing them out of the air and piecing them together. I know it. It's been a while since I've been on that vibe.
Totally. No, I get it. I used to have to at lunch. People used to always try to like question me and like check me, and I had to do the freestyle rap battles at lunch. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's always some asshole be like, rhyme orange.
Yeah. The same shit.
Oh my God. But that line, fuck your mom, I'm your dad now, I am now using that.
Yeah, let's
That
go.
was good.
Let's go.
That was amazing.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's very good. A nice little clip as well. So thank you for that. And I knew you'd rise to that challenge because, again, with all the different musical backings and stuff, and I checked out your bars. And I always look at like rappers turn singers as more prolific songwriters because you know how to not only express yourself through melody but to be able to piece it together verbally and look at syllables and
rhyme schemes all the time.
Mhm.
A lot of my even the rock songs have a lot of like triple and double rhymes in them.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, right. And there's a lot of different rock singers who just do it on a very basic level. So to be and we're back on the air, by the way, Rock 102.1 KFMA. So to be that level where you were taught yourself to how to write through rapping and then entendres and syllables and rhyme schemes and how that goes, and you're constantly always challenging yourself to make the rhyme schemes different and be like, this bar rhymes down here and then in between this rhymes, kind of piece together like the mathematics stuff, to be able to do that on a rock level so you could express yourself and then add the complication and the art and the skill of what a rapper would do. just definitely sets you apart from the rest of the class, you know, as a
Thank
verbal
you.
songwriter.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking a lot of love. A lot of love
Oh,
going
a
on.
lot of
for
love.
TXT,
There's
yeah.
a lot of love here. Thank you for all the love. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You
that's-
ever need an ego boost, just come back.
Oh, thanks,
yeah, right.
guys.
Or watch the replay. But again, I really feel like this is the consensus that, you know, more and more people in my position are going to continue to echo when you guys come across their radar. So, you know, congratulations on your success so far. And I know that it's literally just the tip of the iceberg. And you have a whirlwind of the next few years. So continue to kick gas, work hard, and connect with people because they're definitely feeling it, and I'm feeling it too. And now Weirdo, you know, I mean, she's sliding out her chair.
Let's
Shut up.
go.
No, I literally texted my 19-year-old and I was like, have you ever heard of this guy? And she's like, yes, he's amazing. I was like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so nice.
I have so much clout with my like oldest kid because of who we got to interview Point North and they were like, she was losing her mind. And I was like, I'm the cool mom now.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah. So, all right, real quick for everyone out there listening, of course, TX2 official is how you're going to be able to follow along and be able to be prepared for anything new dropping. They're going to be currently going back into the studio to release a full-length album. And then what's the time frame on that? And when can we hear new music from you?
I am not sure of the time frame. We just need to make sure we make something perfect. I think we're gonna. Our goal is January. We're coming back with a slapper.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. So constantly dropping content.
Always.
That's the name of the game. So you guys make sure you're following along so you can see their skits, new songs, and music videos as they're dropping as well. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have on the FM side. But Tucson, thanks you for rolling through a second time. We hope to see you again soon for a third. And then safe travels and all your destinations. Happy Thanksgiving too.
Thanks for saying that, guys.
Yeah.
I really,
Thanks for
really
having
appreciate
us.
you guys having us.
Of course, yes. So appreciation is all ours. So let's wrap it up now because I'm making it awkward. I'm making it awkward. But I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Again, as always, I'd like to thank in studio our guest, Jonathan Russell, for joining us as well. I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday weekend. We'll be back on Monday. Till then, Robin Nash is up next. Drive safe, ride safe. And as always, rock local. Later.
When Uncle Beef gets creepy, we gotta get out.
Uncle Beef gets creepy. What a sentence.
But if you've been
Thanks for watching, guys.
kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.